Guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Fucking hell, guys. We're actually on time for once. Kind of. Sort of.
It's on time.
Maybe a little late. Okay, yeah. Listen, yeah.
Definitely fucking late.
It wasn't my fault. I was the first one here. Guys, how's it going? I Boozy, episode number 12. Wow, 12 episodes. Josh, how many episodes did you say people do of podcasts before they pack it in?
Oh, okay. So there's a statistic of podcasters in the world.
Yep.
And 95% of podcasters don't make it past episode 10. And
oh, well, a flipping fair play then, guys.
Yeah. And less than that make it to less than that make it to 20. So if you make it past 20 episodes, you are technically in the top 1% of podcasters in the whole world.
Yes, true. Tim saying 69. I've got a few people in chat. Yo, it's Walshy, welcome in. Matt Beer, thank you for the resub, 3 months. Matt, I love the way Matt says hi Rosie before he says hi Max.
No, yeah, it's like he's there.
He's like freaking out, like what the hell is she doing?
She doesn't even play Pokemon. And
what? I've got to switch.
But yeah, guys. So if you haven't realised already, for some reason you haven't read the title, or if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify, today our guest is PocketMonsterMax, one of the OGs of the content creation game in Pokemon Go. I would go as far to say so. Max, thank you for joining us, and Rosie as well.
Yeah.
How are you guys? You guys all good?
Yeah, this is my friend Rosie as well. She lives here.
No, to be fair, I was gonna ask. I didn't want to like misunderstand the dynamic. I was gonna be like, are you?
Oh no.
I didn't want to drop myself in it. So I'm glad you said that.
No, she's my friend.
Yeah, we're mates.
Yeah.
Because I would have literally said, how long have you been together? And you're just like,
no, well, I'm glad you didn't say
that. Good. Right. Josh?
Go on, Thomas, do it. You know you want to. He knows he wants to do it.
You're the reason your friend, Kaito, pick up Kaito is the reason.
Our friend.
Yes, our friend. Right, guys. So this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. We do not advocate the overconsumption or abuse of alcohol. And we certainly do not promote binge drinking. All guests have the choice whether they wish to consume alcohol or not, and it is their responsibility, not ours, to drink responsibly. And with that being said, everyone got a beer?
Beautiful, man. Sweet. Beautiful. Yes, we can definitely.
All on me, guys. Don't worry.
Cheers to that.
I'm perfectly capable of doing it to myself.
What are we drinking? We've got. I'm seeing colours. I'm seeing Strongbow.
I've got dark fruit.
Yeah, we've got
dark fruit.
Dark fruits. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's easy to drink until it gets too sickly.
Yeah.
And then I've got beers.
Yeah, usually I'm a whiskey gal, but I don't think I could sit here and chug a bottle of whiskey.
Of course you can.
That literally sounds like
a
I like her. She's getting her own episode. We're changing the title.
That's it, man. But right, so I reckon we can get straight into the good stuff. So, Max, tell us a bit about yourself. So on your Twitter, which you are no longer on because you don't really do socials.
I never really did anyway, though. In fairness, like I was always terrible at Twitter.
But so you label yourself as the longest running Pokemon Go streamer, correct?
Yes. I don't know if I can still claim that because I'm so out of the game now. Yeah. But like I started streaming day one that the game was released. I was a Pokemon trading card game streamer before Pokemon Go came out. Mm-hmm. So I already had a few thousand followers from playing Pokemon trading card game. I was about as good at it as I am at Pokemon Go. So like it was more it's my character rather than me being like top tier gameplay type vibes, And then I started playing Pokemon Go the day it came out. Everyone did though, and there was there was Shroud and Ninja and everyone were playing, but I stuck with it, and I carried on doing it daily. I used to do 2 streams a day, an out and about one, and a one in the evening where we'd play Incense Wars was what got me partnered, and it was a game I invented where when incense within game worked better, we'd all drop an incense and we would compete to get the best Pokemon, and I'd put like a poll. And people would vote for what the best spawn was and stuff. This was way before GBL. This is before the gyms changed or anything. And we play. And we play.
Have you just read what I read as well?
Yeah.
Jesus, wow.
Because we started laughing at the same time.
That was what got me partnered though, because I was recommended from there's a big Clash of Clans player called Clash on Gan, who was a big YouTuber, and he I was recommended to be, because this was before affiliates existed on Twitch as well. We got partnered, and I thought, right, okay, I'll stick with this then. And I stuck it out, and there was a long period of time in the lull of the game where I was the only person streaming Pokemon Go. It's like about 30, 40 people at a time, you know, sometimes less. But I stuck with it. I was like, you know, we're gonna stick this out. I've got staying power. And then GBL came around and it boomed again. You know, it went absolutely wild again. And like more recently, I haven't been streaming as much. I've not really been feeling it. Like I haven't played the game that much, but it happens sometimes. I think I burned myself out a little bit because I went at it so hard for so long that.
Well, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, well, doing anything for 6 years consistently is a long period of time. That is a long period of time to do it. And mate, and I mean this with absolutely no disrespect. When no, because you know, no. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. So after our podcast with Matt Beer, and he said to get you on, and so and to be fair,
I'm really good friends with Matt. Like me and Matt, me and Matt are close. We really like that. To be fair, like that's only been fairly recent in the past sort of 6-7 months. Right. But like it was like as I was sort of exiting the scene a little bit. But me, like I get on so well with Matt. He's he's a legend. He is a legend.
So when Matt had recommended you, and Thomas messaged you, I looked you up, and I thought I've never heard of this guy. Like how have I all of a sudden completely missed you in the scene?
Right.
Completely.
Yeah.
Right.
I was really good at flying under the radar. You know, I kind of liked it in some ways. I kind of liked the sort of if you know vibe. You know, and like I'm not someone like I'm quite shy really. You know, until you like get me out of my shell, I'm the sort of guy who will sit there on my own. I'm quite happy to do that. You know, I don't. So I'm quite shy, and social media I find
shit.
Yes, that's the premise of this podcast. Let's go.
But like,
Matt, wherever you are, that's a good one.
I wasn't tweeting though, you know. I wasn't tweeting. I wasn't promoting my streams. It just showed up every day, and like the people who knew I was there, and I never had more than like even when it was like even at like my peak times, I never really had more than about 100 people. You know, I never went to the point of occasionally I'd get raided by a huge streamer, like everyone does though. But you know, I never really, and I wasn't pushing to be that. I didn't necessarily know if I would even like it. You know, because it's hard when it gets to the point where I miss messages in chat when there's only 4 people in chat. You know, so like if it had been crazy, I probably wouldn't have been able to keep up with it anyway. And I kind of liked that. I liked being like sort of like Max is like the longest running stream, but the underdog. He's not. And I liked that vibe. You know, I was down with that. I thought it was cool. Like
you're just being yourself though. Like you're not.
Exactly.
You're not trying to. You know, you get a lot of people to jump on we'll call it a bandwagon. They'll jump on the bandwagon because they see other people doing it and be like, I wanna. Like the North Star saying in chat, a lot of people clout chase. Whereas if you don't post on Twitter but people rock up consistently, then it's just like they are looking out for you rather than you having to throw your sort of content and plug yourself like in their face.
Exactly. And I have people who I consider friends who I've met through Twitch. Like I was saying to Rosie before I started, I've got someone who's been subscribed to me for like nearly 6 years, constantly. And like, that's insane, isn't it?
There are people that ain't even been in relationships that long. Like
I've had 2 girlfriends during that period of time. during that time, and he's still around. Like,
I think like with you as well. Like you're saying, like you say, people jump on the bandwagon. Like even if you're not streaming as much, like if we're at the pub, you're talking about Pokemon. Like it is a passion for you. Like.
Man likes Pokemon.
There's always something going on. If Max can bring Pokemon into the conversation, he's good at bringing Pokemon into the conversation.
Yeah.
To be fair, actually brings us nicely onto Thomas's point. I imagine he was actually going to say the same.
Probably was,
which is so your screen name is PocketMonsterMax.
Yeah. All right. You know. Okay. It was 100% innocent. Okay. It was 100% innocent. Pokemon are pocket monsters, right? Yeah. So, and my screen name was supposed to be Pokémax, but it was taken. So, like, PocketMonsterMax, I thought was a cool, like, it. You know, it's like a historical thing. Pokemon is pocket monsters. Again, people who knew would know. But then one day someone made that joke, and I was like, oh my god.
Did you ever try and change it back? Sorry, to PokéMonster, or did you?
No, and like it's stuck now. It's fine. Like it's funny in it. Like whatever. Whatever.
What was the joke people were making?
Oh come on, dude! It's PokéMonsterMax.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the joke. Okay, I'm not explaining it.
No, do it. Come on. You have to. That's the game's game.
I don't have to do it. I don't have to.
You're right. You don't have to. Is Jay hitting? Knocking on the door here with what he's saying?
Yeah. There you go. All true as well. Obviously, all true. Yeah, all true.
Amazing.
It was 100% innocent though, guys. Like, there's no, like
nothing to do with having a massive.
It's so awkward.
Nothing to do with having a huge wang.
He just goes change his name now. His name's now Massive Member Max.
Massive, yeah. Amazing. See, to be fair, like I genuinely would never have even thought of that at all. Like, because
you don't get at the time. Like, I didn't think it at all. And then someone mentioned it one day, and it was probably like 2 years that I'd had the name until someone finally made that joke. And I was like, oh my god. Like, I've been called this for ages. Like, I've had this. I'm stuck by this. I say I'm a family-friendly streamer. Like,
I mean, to be fair, maybe people won't come in for the gameplay. Maybe they would just come to try and get a peek. You know?
It was that kind of
Pocket Monster.
It was that kind of streamer.
That kind.
But now, like, as a girl, be confident in that nickname, because if I've learned anything, if a guy jokes about having a pocket monster, he's usually fucking happy.
So Josh has a similar thing. So he wanted his handle to be MrAvalanche, but I got taken, so he had to put it as Mr. Avalanche. So you're a pocket monster, and he has an inch. So it's like
Avalanche, yeah.
Crazy.
So there you go.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Well, there you go. We're basically dick brothers at this point, aren't we? Like realistically.
Wow. It's been 20 minutes, and we've been reduced to this already.
That is gold, to be fair. Yeah, I literally never would have thought that, because I'm quite an innocent guy, to be honest. I don't go there, so.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So you mentioned you play TCG. Did you ever play any of the main series games as well? Were you sort of like?
Yes, so I played all the main series games as well. The only one I haven't played is, and I know people are going to be like, what? Because it's some people's favorite. I haven't played Legends Arceus.
No, I have it, but I don't play it either. I'm the same. I've literally not got past like the first town. I've just not done it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am, mate. So I went through the first bit of the story, and like, I'm in the first town, and I haven't played it.
I just thought they were so fucking rude. They were just judging me on my fit, laughing at my sandals. I was like, I don't like this. I'm being discriminated. Yeah.
But to be fair, Legend of Arceus is, I would say, it is the best game they've ever made.
Oh, you see, lots of people say this, mate. Lots of people say this. Yeah, in my opinion, the best Pokemon game is. It's Fire Red and Leaf Green, because it's a remake of the original.
Man of culture. Finally, a man of culture who knows Fire and Leaf Green is the shit, man.
Yeah, they are so good. They are so good.
Those are to me the best games.
Because I've been playing from '97, right? Like I played. I remember my dad went on a business trip to America, and he came back with the cartridge of Pokemon Blue, and I thought when I was like 8 years, like 7, 8 years old, which is the perfect age, isn't it? It is
the one in the colour, wasn't it? It was the one in the Game Boy Color, Pokemon Blue.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was before the Game Boy Color existed. Red and Blue are classic Game Boy games. They're not the Game Boy Color. Gold and Silver were that, because during that brief period, and like Gold and Silver was very rushed as well, because there's only 100 new Pokemon introduced in Gold and Silver. It's like a really rushed generation. It's kind of like the leftover stuff from Gen 1. Yeah. But like, yeah, it was a classic Game Boy game. I got it from America, and I remember thinking that I didn't know how to battle or anything, and I've always been a bit ditzy. So I thought the way that you win battles was just pressing A as much as you could. But like, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and it captured me so quickly. And then Pokemon cards. I still have the cards that I had in my pocket when I was a kid. You know, like I've just loved it. my whole life. Like I just Pokemon. It's a safe thing for me. It's like a comfort thing, I guess. You know, like Pokemon is my vibe. I get it.
It's
like
forever been a soldier.
Yeah, it's like it's been a part of my life forever. I love games in general, but Pokemon, you know, it's just I love it. I love it.
What other games or like franchises do you like? I'll say indulge in. What do you indulge in?
I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw RuneScape.
I've never played RuneScape.
Oh really?
Yeah. Never played.
What game?
I could imagine playing RuneScape, and my cousins played it, and they were really into it.
RuneScape vibes, because RuneScape is it was super grindy, like super grind orientated.
Yeah.
And I feel like, listen, if you're willing to play Pokemon Go for 6 fucking years, you are not afraid to grind.
I really wanted to be the first player to level 50, like so bad.
Yeah.
I tried so hard to be. Fleece King obviously beat me, and then another streamer called Ivan Espinosa beat me as well. And then I did it. As far as I'm aware, I was third in terms of like content creators, and obviously there's other people who are doing it. Yeah. But I wanted it so bad. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. You know, the grind was so real, and I was prepared to do that. I wasn't sleeping at all. I was going out and playing Pokemon Go solidly, and then I would come back home and stream for a couple of hours to be like, to just sort of flex about the grind, you know, and be like, I'm really grafting for this, and then pretty much just do it every day. And it was so bad, like my parents were worried about me. Even people on stream were getting annoyed with me because it was tunnel vision. And like that, yeah, and that is a grind mentality, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
So go on. Which other game franchises would you say you're into?
I'm very confident, and I'm very confident in my Mario Kart ability. Yeah, I'm really
like weekly Mario Kart nights at my pub.
Fuck yeah.
That Max has like set up, and like he brings down his monitor.
Because I know I'll win.
He does. He thrashes everyone. He's like, I don't want to win. I don't like winning, and then sits there like,
you farm your locals in the pub playing Mario Kart.
But it's going to be an entry fee soon, mate. It's going to be an entry fee soon. I'll start laying off a little bit, get him more hooked, and I'll be like, there's an entry fee.
God, you imagine that? He turns up, he's like, no, I'm not interested in winning. Turn around, he's putting a helmet on. He's
you know, like being good at Mario Kart is one thing. I'm good in terms of like sofa gameplay at Mario Kart. But like if I go online and I'm really trying to rank up, I would say I'd be quite good. But I might win occasionally. But it's the people who are the best in the world at Mario Kart are insanely good at that game. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've played a couple of people, like when I've been playing on stream. I've streamed with Garga Valkyrie a couple of times, and we've played Mario Kart together. Occasionally, we've had some serious Mario Kart people come in, and it's night and day, like how good they are. It's nuts.
Yeah, some of them are
absolutely bonkers. You know, which is what you'd expect if you're streaming it full time. I mean, I say that, but I stream Pokemon, or I did stream Pokemon full time, and I suck at that. So.
To be fair, Pokemon's one of those relative things, though. It's like, did you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's like when you were first streaming. Obviously, there was no GBL and stuff like that. When GBL first got introduced, were you like sort of straight on it, or did you do it here and there? Or,
Absolutely. So GBL, when it was first introduced, it wasn't. You couldn't do it online. You couldn't play against random people.
It was literally PvP. It was literally like right.
And I lived. This is when I lived in Wandsworth in London, and there was like a pub sort of group every week when a bunch of the local Pokemon players would go and hang out. And me and one chap loved it, and like we were battling constantly. You know, everyone was focusing on trading and stuff, and we were just loving this new PvP thing. And it was good as well being on stream. You could put your QR code up and like battle people and stuff. So it was great. As soon as GBL came out, it was great for content creation. It was wonderful for content creation. You know, it was a completely different avenue to go down, and that was fantastic. I loved it straight away. But like I've never been. I wouldn't say I was good at GBL. Like I've hit legend 4 times, but. Probably only one of those times I can say it was me who hit legend. And this is when I went on an outrageous run with Steelix. This was like right after Mega Steelix had come out, and I was like, I had the idea in my head that I bet I can take Steelix's, because when it came out first originally in Mega Rage, it was super hard to take down. And I thought, I bet I can translate this to Ultra League, and it worked. and like that Steelix, it was a shiny rank 3 level 50 Steelix, and this was, no one had the XL candies to do it at this point, and I just grinded it, and it carried me all the way to legend. It carried me all the way to legend. But the other times, like I've had friends and like people help, and like, you know, I play GBL with Matt sometimes. He'll come around, we'll be on stream together and stuff, and like he'll help me, you know. But like I've never been really good at it. I'm not great at maths, you know, and ultimately that's what it is, you know. And like I know I could be better by working harder at it. I could.
It just comes down to whether you're willing to do that, and if you're not, fair enough. If you are, then also that's okay as well. So it's like, yeah. And like I have way more fun trying to win with Pikachu than building a serious team and really trying to like climb or leaderboard or whatever. I have way more fun if I play a set and I manage to get one victory with Pikachu, because I'm like, yes, we won with Pikachu. Like that's more fun for me. So I was doing something fairly recently where I was trying to go through the Kanto Pokédex and win a GBL game with every Pokemon. Caterpie was a fucking nightmare. Caterpie was a nightmare. What do you do with those? Do you have to like?
It's a catch. It's a catch. It's a catch. Yeah, and because its only charge move is struggle. That's it. Yeah. It doesn't. It can't do anything. It's so terrible. Like Metapod was way easier.
You know, really?
Well, yeah, because like it's so bad. Like it's literally, it has to just be a catch. That's the only way you're going to make it work, is if you catch something with it.
I'm assuming not all these are like. Yeah, there's no way you're going to max out like the ones, you know, like Caterpie and Weedle. There's no way you're going to max them out either.
No. I mean, I would if it was a Pokemon which was funny and it went to the right CP. I might do it.
Well, even if you max out Pikachu, like I have my Libre maxed out. And it's and it's quite fun to use.
I've won a hell of a lot of games with Pikachu Libre. I have a Hundo one. Lucky enough to have the Hundo.
Yeah.
So I've won so many games with that Pikachu. When I was on a charity stream, which the Nerd Law did, and I was on with King IV and who else was on there? Someone else, and I was playing with my Pikachu Libre with King, and that was so much fun. You know, and having him sort of like guiding as well while we were playing was just outrageously fun. I played Pikachu Libre set with Matt as well, and we weren't on stream at this point. We were just like hanging out, and we won every single game in a set. Because Matt's it's just that beer, right? It was so funny though. It was hilarious. I was like, jumping up and down. It was great fun.
Libre is fun to use. Like, when I've used it, I've just been like. Used it like first game. I'm like Libre in 2. It was like Altaria, and I'm like they're staying in. They're thinking, wait, what is doing super effective on me? And it's just just chunking away.
My favorite Pikachu Libre moment was it was Libre against Obstagoon, which I call Nobstagoon. I flipping hate Obstagoon. And it's because it's dark and normal type, right?
Yeah.
And I start the game and I'm like, oh well, Flying Press probably does quite a lot to this. And I get Fine Press, and I'm like going, I'm set as if my opponent can hear me. I'm going, it's a Pikachu, mate. It's a Pikachu. Like, relax, mate. It's a Pikachu. And Fine Press one-shot it. And it was the funniest thing in the world that this guy had just been one-shot by a Pikachu. And he must have been like, what the shit? It was so, it was so good.
I'm pretty sure I saw that clip, actually.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm pretty sure the guy, like, top lefted like straight up.
No, he doesn't top left. His next Pokemon is Swampert, and I hit a Flying Press again, and he shields the Flying Press. I'm like, he knows. I put the fear of Pikachu into you.
Put some respect on Pika's
Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out, innit? That's what that is, man.
That is jokes.
Ah, cool, man. Yeah, cool, man.
Jokes. So when did you? So you said you're in Pembrokeshire now.
Yes.
Like how often, like, are you? Is this like? I think you said you're not there very often. So how?
Oh no, I live here. I live here
now. So how often?
How often
are you in Birmingham?
I probably go to Birmingham like not as much as I should, really. Like, you know, I should really go more often. My family would like to see me more often, probably, and like I know that I've got a lot of friends who play Pokemon, and that's kind of like dipped off the radar a little bit and like sort of hidden away, you know. So I should go back more regularly, and hopefully in the new year I will you know, I'll sort of like come out of hiding a little bit and start streaming again and like go back and hang out with my friends and stuff, because it's not really that cool of me that I kind of ran off. But like,
it's one of those things though. I forget about a lot of people that I wish that, you know, I know you're only a phone call away, but like, I don't know. I always feel like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, sometimes you're not in that headspace, right? So like, I sometimes like I'll have a phone call from a friend, and like I love them, but I just can't deal with it. I can't be in that headspace for it, and like I, for whatever reason, I just can't. And I'm like, I'm stuck at the moment, you know. Like right now, I'm like in a recovery mode, and I want to feel. I have to feel like I want to be PocketMonsterMax to be PocketMonsterMax, and and I just haven't been recently. You know, like I'm enjoying being Max, and like you know, I've got like two of my friends around at the moment. You know, and like I've got a good group of friends who are like hanging out. They're not Pokemon players, and like it's cool. You know, it's like it's a bit of a change, but I do need to decide whether or not I'm going to start streaming though, because I'm not making any money. Like I need to like get on it if I'm going to do it, but.
So if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer this too personal. So just from the initial conversation we had, it kind of sounds like to me you're almost going through like an identity.
Yeah. I think that's what okay thing.
It sounds like
because to say, mate.
Just because the way you word the way you're wording it is like, to me it sounds like it got a bit too much for you.
I'll tell you what's too much about it, and like this isn't, you know, it is people's faults. It's more people's faults, but it's the drama of being a streamer. I couldn't deal with it. I hated it.
Do you have any like standout moments of drama that really got to you?
Yes, but I can't. I don't want to.
It wasn't.
It's not in my character to throw.
No, that's okay.
People under the bus or something.
Just out of curiosity, was it drama sort of surrounding you, or was it just drama you saw from like the outside that sort of?
So both, really. You know, and like I was always a promoter of being like the Pokemon Go community is really friendly. Like it's really friendly. I wanted everyone, and like I was encouraging everyone to try their hand at streaming Pokemon Go. I was loving the fact that the game was becoming more successful.
It was turning into an esport, arguably, but
it was. It you know, and I still think it could go that way as well. But like, I couldn't deal with the petty arguments about shit that I did not care about.
So cringe.
And like,
I just find it so cringe.
And it doesn't matter. You like classic Max advice is, how about you just care less about it?
Yeah.
And like, so but some people just can't. You can't say that to some people. It doesn't work.
No.
And like, I hated like power struggles with moderators, or like people who thought that they're doing things on behalf of you. It's like, hold on, actually, wait a minute, guys. Like, it's my stream. Like, you know, you want to help, but this isn't helping. This is not helping, you know? And I just couldn't deal with it. Like, this is why I'm bad at social media and Discord. I don't really ever go on Discord or anything anymore, because I have like a toxicity against it now. Because I'm like, the amount of drama that's come out of it for me is, I don't want that.
It's a lot.
Don't need it.
It's a lot for anyone,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I completely get it. So, so we spoke about this before. I had something similar happen to me. I used to play a game called Destiny. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, of course.
I was massive. I've got a tattoo of the game literally on my leg.
That's commitment. I've got a tattoo shoulder.
Oh, nice.
And a Game Boy. I'll show you very briefly. Sorry to interrupt your story.
No, go for it. Seeing tattoos.
Oh.
Tattoo girl. Yo.
Yeah, that's cold.
How long have you had that?
So I got it done just after I finished university. There was a tattoo shop in Lincoln which was doing the original 151 Pokemon, but only one of each, and the money was for charity.
Yeah.
So I did it for I think it was cancer research. And then on this side, I've got the classic grey boy, is with a smiley face.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
initially, I really wanted like a full leg sleeve, but I just haven't got around to it, and it's expensive.
Why shoulder?
Okay, so my favorite two Pokemon are Pikachu and Mewtwo. I know it's boring, but like they are.
Mewtwo's great.
Yeah, and but I didn't want Mewtwo. It's too serious.
Yeah.
Like it's too serious for me. Like I'm a sort of tongue-in-cheek, making a joke out of everything type of person. Having Mewtwo on me, I thought like
try hard.
It's not the max drive.
You enter a different realm. It's like, I know someone I used to work with. It's like he liked Yu-Gi-Oh and all, like Digimon and all that, and then like he showed me he had like a winged dragon of Ra tattoo on his back. I'm like, all right, Marek. I'm like, you're not actually an Egyptian god. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and Pikachu was gone. Pikachu was taken. So I was like, what is something which, when I'm going to be an old man, is still going to be hilarious? And I was like, Shelder. Shelder. It's because it's going at everyone, and like that's hilarious. Like it's funny. Doesn't even matter if you don't know what it is. It's just a little shellfish sticking its tongue out at you. Like that's take it as that. It was. I did it with the two of my friends, and one of my mates got wheezing, which was really good. It was really cool. The shading on it and everything was perfect. And then my other mate got Mr. Mime, which was
nice.
I mean that's bold, isn't it? Getting Mr. Mime done. It was his full calf, Mr. Mime calf tattoo. That's a bit creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mr. Mime is a bit of a creepy Pokemon. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. No. So yeah, I must admit I completely understand. Like I said, when I was really playing Destiny, it got really serious. And like I stopped playing. It got so toxic that like people within the competitive community were leaking my address. Yeah, fucking like all that shit. Like it got really fucking
levels
toxic.
and realms it doesn't need to go.
I've struggled with exactly that as well, mate. Yeah. You know, like my address being like public knowledge.
The exact sort of same as you. So I was making a lot of money playing this game. Like right. And because I was making it, it was taken away from other people. And yeah, some people are just not good people. Yeah, and they do gun for you, and the thing you deal with it for a certain period of time, and it just fucking gets to you. And
it wears you down, doesn't it? It beats you down.
Yeah, and it gets to a point where you kind of go, right, even though my character is keep going and be positive, sometimes you just gotta up and fucking leave it, man. Like just leave it in the past, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it sometimes. So
absolutely, and I know that I'm capable of streaming and doing it and having that role. I think I'm quite good at it. You know, if I'm in the right headspace and like, and I'm being myself and I'm not worried about whether I'll win or lose or whatever, then I'm at my best. And I actually think that I'm quite good at just putting the camera on, just having a couple of jokes and like it being fun. I like that. Yeah, sure. But if I don't feel like that, then I can't create the content which people watched me for in the first place. Yeah. If I feel like crap and like I have like a sort of negative feeling towards doing it,
it's gonna show.
Yeah, reflect.
Yeah.
Whether you want it to or not, people will pick up on it, and it's I guess it's hard because part of you would really want to stream, but then like it's like you know, like you said, you're in recovery mode. So if you feel like you need to be in the dock for a bit on charge before you can be off charge and at your best, like you said, then it's important. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't recognize that. There's a lot of people that will they'll put themselves.
This is one of the things. This is one of the things. Being here is great. Like, you know, like I've got like really good friends around. Not this one. No, I'm just that's fine. I've got really good friends. There's another one of my mates, Dan, who's in the background, who we did mention earlier. He's hanging out as well. I guess they've never seen me go to work. Like they don't know who PocketMonsterMax is. They just know me as Max.
They know you
It's like,
It's like an outsider. Like obviously you're all streamers. Like, did you not have that like thought process with yourself before you started doing this, that like something like that could happen? Like you're putting yourself out there on the internet.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You put yourself open to scrutiny, open to public.
Absolutely.
I just do with any social media, but this is like way more personal.
Well, you've got to think, like, you can't complain if you're playing Pokemon Go and you're playing at home. You can't complain if someone knows where you live, mate.
Yeah.
What? You're literally showing them. You are showing them exactly where you live on a map. Like, you know, so.
Did your mum not teach you stranger danger?
I struggled as well when I was a budding streamer, you know, like back in like 2016, 2017. I really struggled with like knowing when to just ban someone rather than like egging it on.
Yeah, you wanted to be like sort of peacekeeper. You wanted to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the weirdest sense of the word, and I don't mean this like condone the behavior whatsoever, but it is like a form of flattery because they're so like infatuated with you.
Some people just literally some people are not flattered. Then it's not flattery. They don't like you. They just want the world to burn.
Oh no! Some people are literally just cunts. They are literally just fuckers. Like, and that's why I've literally when I just try and be myself. It's like that's why my in-game name is my real name, my government name, my year of birth. The same person you're gonna see in the pub is the same person you're gonna see on camera. And if people don't like it,
year of birth. And what was your first pet called, Thomas?
What's the name of the road I grew up on? Dad's blood type, whatever. Yeah, but literally, it's like you see some people, like, you can see it's so, like, they're so different on camera, which, like, you know what, fair enough, if that's you, that's
I wouldn't say what, though. I would say PocketMonsterMax is a caricature of Max.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it's an exaggerated version of what I am like.
Of I am Max that like really likes Pokemon, that's really passionate, as it shows, and it's just,
It's exactly the same as me at work. Like, my hospitality voice at work, it's me, but it's it's a different version. And then as soon as I clock out of work, it's still me, but I'm just like, I can swear at you now. And
I work in a pub as well. And when Josh comes back, he'll probably tell you he owns a pub and he's living like he's the landlord. So when, like, I'm the same. Like, sometimes I come back from work. My partner, she'll do it to me as well. She works in Specsavers. She'll come back, or like I'll come in and visit her at work, and then she'll be like, talk to me in her customer service, and then realise that it's me. I'm like, oh, and it's just like I don't have to put up that sort of how can I help? Like
You come out of it at work. That's it. You can't.
It's a mental shield, isn't it?
When I'm at work, I go on airplane mode. I'm just there, like, is that everything? Cash your card. Yep. Cheers, thank you. Like, and just not as droll as that, but like the same sort of, you get what I mean? The same sort of premise.
But yeah, I'll probably be the same as Joshua then. Like I've done hospitality, or I'm 28 this month, and I've done it for 10, 11 years. Yeah. And I love working in a pub sometimes, but I hate people.
But I love working in a pub as well, because it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing for me how working in the pub.
Yeah, it's great for your friends. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. But
I'll be charged if there's management is around. I'll be charged, right? But I've never been charged for a double shot ever. Yeah. You know, like, and it's like it's so safe having a mate who works in a pub.
My first job was I worked in the students' union. So I live in Loughborough now because I was a student at Loughborough Uni, and then I finished at Loughborough Uni, but I worked in the students' union. So I'd have people being like, "Oh, are you working tonight?" And it always used to be like people come to the bar and order like a special VK.
Yes.
Like they'd order like a special VK, which would have like. It literally just be like a double shot of vodka in a VK bottle, so it would just look like they've got a VK, and it's like
yeah.
I don't do any of that. My job now, like it's more like when you work, because I work for a Green King, so it's like
okay, cool.
Serious.
So the pub that Rosie works at, the one that's down the harbour, is a Marston's, right? You know, like
big change,
yeah.
That's fair enough. It's fair enough.
There's a pub literally next, like opposite my house, called the Royal George, which is closed now, and the landlord is a fucking legend. Like, you know, he was an absolute legend, and like it's missed so much here. And Dan, who's sat over here as well, we really want some local guy to like take it up and like but it's got to be a labour of love. You're not going to make your money out of that thing. Like, it's falling to bits, it's expensive, and it would cost the same amount that you pay to buy the building. It would cost that to make it so it's even livable, viable. Like, the walls are falling down and everything, and like it's a proper pub though. It's so sick. I miss it so much. Like, everyone here does. Everyone misses it. We need someone who wants that lifestyle to like go for it, and like it would be epic. And it's right across the road as well, so it's like the dream come true. The harbour is flipping at the bottom of the hill, and I have to walk down, and the walk back sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks, especially if you've got no legs as well. It's awful.
Neither of you would consider taking it on if the opportunity arose?
We have the money.
Well, no, I don't think I would, mate. I'm too lazy. Like, I'm too lazy. What? I couldn't deal with it, because like I just wouldn't work hard enough at it. You know, like, and then if you're going to own a pub, you've got to commit to it, right? You've got to be serving constantly.
I would run it.
I'm not buying the pub across the road. I don't have that sort of money right now. I don't have that sort of money right now.
Because it's such a tight-knit like little village community.
Yeah.
To like try and get the community to
like
community pub.
And that would be epic, right? If sort of like we can get the locals to buy the pub, and then it's a local.
It's for the locals, by the locals. It's like proper.
But locals in a way which is like it's a vibe place. Like I would hate it if people would feel uncomfortable coming into that. That's the wrong vibe. You know, it's locals and then like it's a good place for us to hang out, but not a local pub as in someone comes in who you don't know and you're all looking at them like, who the hell are you?
Yeah,
you know,
this is where someone, everyone knows everyone. You walk in like, oh yeah, you're right, Bill, John, Dave.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't here when it was open, but like from what I've heard, that's what it was like anyway. So I feel like it'd be fairly easy for the community to just like
it would fall. The problem is well, you're never going to replace Barry, who's the landlord, right? No one's going to be able to do it like he did it. Yeah. Everyone he was a legend. He was a legend. And you know, probably a legend in he's doing things really not by the books. But he was an absolute
he was a horrible human being, but
no, he wasn't. He was a lovely human being. He's a bad businessman for sure. Like he's drinking up half his wares constantly, and like
he drunk himself to death.
Well, yeah, but we miss him, you know, and like
ignorant.
And understand.
I like the sound of this Barry guy.
He was a legend, mate. He was a legend.
His plan might not be top tier, but he made everyone happy.
Was he married to Mary? I don't think they were married, were they? But like his life partner is still he still lives around here, and like me and my dad are very good friends with her. You know, like, we'll go and see her occasionally, go out for food with her or something, because like everyone misses the George. Literally everyone misses it.
So I moved down here 4 months ago.
You probably heard about it every day.
And I did, but no, one of the other we've got 4 bars on our there's like a village with no people in it, but we've got 4 pubs on one road, standard. And we had
one for each of us.
Yeah.
One pub for every.
Especially in our friendship group, because there's always someone that's banned from one of them.
How does that work though? It's like your bar.
But they had the 1 year memorial for the guy that ran this place that died.
Yeah.
And like I had not seen a party. Like I'm from Brighton. Yeah. And I've not seen a gathering like that for like anyone where everyone came out.
How many people are we talking? Like,
I mean, to be fair, it was probably only like a couple of hundred. But
yeah, but it's like
in a village
relation to the area, small village, stacked out,
And the amount of people who showed up, and like the amount of people who like were so happy to see each other and reminisce about the George. It was lovely.
Everyone knew everyone in that place. There was not a single person in there that you did not know because it was lovely.
No, that's
it was lovely.
No, that is really great, because sometimes you'll get, like you said, you'll get those people you're not familiar with, and it's like they're probably nice people, but it's just like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
It takes a while to build a rapport with anyone.
It's the small town vibes. It hits different.
Yeah, it does. Solver is great. Solver's awesome. If anyone ever wants to come, you want to go have a little holiday in Pembrokeshire, Solver's popping. It's great. It's flipping awesome.
We're both city people that ran away from big city drama, and there's probably more drama in this time than I've experienced in 27 years in a city.
And like it's every other night, mate.
Yeah.
Rosie, would you ever go back to Brighton, or are you quite content?
No. I am. Well, I'm originally from Brighton, but I lived in a little town next to it called Eastbourne. But I went back home a couple of months ago.
Isn't Eastbourne? Is that where they have Wimbledon? Am I well off? Or is it near?
They have Wimbledon in Wimbledon.
Yeah,
not Wimbledon. There's something
we had a big tennis court. I don't know what it was, but we did have a big tennis tournament down there. Yeah, every year.
Yeah. What they have some big UK sporting event in Eastbourne.
Is that where they have Wimbledon?
We did have tennis down there. We have huge.
I got the sport right at least.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Just not Wimbledon.
What's up, Tyler? By the way, dude.
No, but I went down there to like see all my old friends, and from the moment I like got into the town, I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, it was nice to see everyone, and then I said my goodbyes, and I was like, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm done.
Fair enough. So how did it go from like leaving there to Like, would you say you own the pub outright where you work, or are you just like, are you like the landlady?
Oh no. So
the pub that Rosie works at is recently has new tenants.
Yeah.
Right, because it's a Marston's pub. But
so it's like a chain pub, which it's not like working back home. Like I was very much the like country, cozy vibes.
Yeah.
Everything's fairly chill. And the people that have just bought the pub, like they bought it a month before it came down, and they are lovely. And it's a lovely place. It's just not. It's like Spoons and Weatherspoons and Harvester had a baby.
Macabres.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the company more than the people that run it. But
Yeah. It is like the people who run it. They're from South Africa, and like they moved because it's difficult to live there at the moment, right?
Yeah.
You know,
it's just a different vibe. Like say, I'm used to I used to help run a cocktail bar in a city, so I'm used to like crazy things. And I came down in summer and it was crazy, but now we're lucky if we serve like 2 people an hour, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's quiet at the moment. So I've done. Guys, if you're gonna just like sit over there, sorry, it's like just sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Mike's having a fucking party over there, man.
This is the thing, though. We have a really good group of friends here, like, and like we see each other every day. Like,
yeah, so I was trying to explain earlier, like to my friends back home, I was like you have close friendship groups, but like you struggle to hang out. But since moving here, because it is such a small town,
we see each other every day.
We do every single day. It's weird if you don't see someone.
Yeah. And it's nicer because you always know that there's going to be someone who's up for like hanging out. Always, you know. So like, if you're having a bit of a shit day or something, and you're like, does someone want to go for a walk? Like, and there's some amazing places you can go to, like have a stroll around there or something.
Pub
you know,
question
like,
mark.
Yeah, pub question mark.
Josh just had to end the party downstairs. Boot
oh, sorry,
mate. Genuinely, I'm not joking.
He's that big bad landlord. Get out of my pub.
I'm not joking. I just cleaned every customer out. Lock the doors in about 8 minutes flat.
Well done. That is impressive.
They're just there with pints in there, and he's fucking sees them. It's like, that's mine.
Yeah.
No, because you know what I do? It's like my signature move. So I've got
do you have like a go-to like?
Yeah, so I've got my keys, and I like loop them round on my finger like that.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like people are like, okay, right,
yeah,
time to go.
How many people did you have in? How many people did you have in there just now then?
About 16.
See, like that would be rammed if it was down the harbour at the moment. It's in the winter months here, like it's so quiet.
That's the thing, it's the biggest pub I've ever worked in.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I'm the only person, sometimes I'm the only customer in there. I would say the only paying customer, but it's just like
Yeah. Got that.
Maybe you're gonna say ignore him. Charge him for everything.
She's panicking now. Now I'm panicking.
I'm gonna lose a job. Yeah. No. To be fair, like I get that. To be fair, me and Thomas have said this before. It's probably a good thing we don't live closer together, because I know what it'd be. It would be every fucking night. It'd be pub question mark.
It can get to that. Like, you know,
I don't think I'd work much. It would be like I'd be calling in sick, or if I'd be like, yeah, I'm ill. Like, I'm just being in the pub. Like
there have been times where, like, you know, as Rosie was saying before, like there's usually someone in our friendships group who will be banned from at least one of the pubs down the road.
It's usually the same.
Like, you know, yeah.
So what's
but like,
the proximity of these pubs? It's like, oh, you're banned, and like, yeah, you just like, well, if you're all outside smoking on like the curb, I don't know if there's a beer garden or anything. You just see you have a pub and you're just there waving like, fuck you, I'm at a different pub.
So from the street you can't see them, but from the beer gardens you've got like a clean shop.
That's just,
yeah,
you can just see all of them.
You could just go through, like, jump a couple of hedges and be in the next pub.
Have you done that?
The worst thing is that now that you're saying like trying to like kick us all out is what, a month ago I moved the property next door to the pub.
Yeah.
That was a good move, wasn't it, mate?
So now the only way to get people out if I want to go home is like, well, if you leave now, I can have a drink with you at home. So now it's
So that's lock-ins
at Rosie.
Rosie's room is actually the name of our group chat, because like so often end up, because she lives next to the pub, so all often all end up in Rosie's room.
That might as well be the name of the pub. Rosie.
Yeah.
Instead of Roxy's ballroom, Rosie's room.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not me or the other guy that is in the group chat working, like none of us really go in there.
Yeah. Like I will sometimes, like, because I've like the house that we have here, we've had it for 25 years. Like in lots of ways, this is my home, really. You know, like the house my parents live in now, we haven't had as long as that I've lived here. And like I've been coming here all my life, and it's only recently in the past couple of years that I've decided that I want to live in Solver. But like it's home to me. Like, and so I'll go into the pub just to see who's in there, because like I know that there'll be someone, if it's that I can go and have a chat to. You know, whether it's one of the old boys or whatever. You know, it's like I like that though. I like because it's quite a small place and everyone knows each other. I quite like going and like having a chat with the people. You know, because
yeah, you're always gonna know someone if you go in there for like a chat.
Yeah. Then if that's the type of pub you like, next time you're down this way, you have to come into my pub.
I would love to, mate.
Because that is exactly my pub. Huh?
What way are you?
So I'm in London.
Okay.
I'm in Woolwich, so just near the O2 where you said you were the other night.
Oh yeah, literally came back.
I was at the O2 fairly recently as well for the UFC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It's always good. It's not something that I think I would think that I would like. You know, because like I actually. I wouldn't be able to do that. Like I'm not professional enough that someone could hit me in the face and me not lose my mind. You know, like and like that. It's the athleticism of them is incredible, and their composure is honestly incredible.
It's less about hit you in the face. It's like if they hit you in the face, I think you're lucky. It's the fact that a foot can go from there to your neck, and then you're down in like a matter of seconds. It's like the unpredictability of it is nuts.
Yeah,
that's
and
what I
thought like I thought I wouldn't like it. I thought I would go and I'd be like a little bit like, oh, I'm not sure about this. You know, I don't really like watching people hurt each other. But I was so impressed with like their composure, their like demeanor. Like these are serious professionals, and like it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. I loved it. You know, and it's not something that I'd watch like on TV really, but like you know, I've got a mate who's super into it, and if he's ever like, do you want to go to like the fight or something, I'm like, hell yes. And last time I was there, not last time, the time before last, there was a lad Leon Edwards, and he's a Brummie.
I've heard of Leon Edwards, yeah.
And he's a Brummie. So like I was like well flipped up. And my mate's a Brummie as well, and like you know, so that was awesome for us because we went and saw him win, and like it was a belt fight, so it was amazing. It was amazing.
You go there and watch one fight, or are there a few other fights?
No, like, there's loads.
My only worry is if you go there and someone gets roundhouse kicking, he's down. It's like that's it. It's like in boxing, if someone just gets like punched up in the first round, it's like fuck me. You filled out a whole like arena, and then everyone's early one on the train.
Yeah.
So you watch a few little undercard fights.
That's it. So it's actually like you'll be there all afternoon, all evening. You're there for hours, like you know, and then the last fight will always be the title card, the main card. But that could absolutely happen. You know, it could just catch them wrong and they just get knocked out straight away. But it doesn't actually take away from the excitement really, because when that does happen, it's such like a what moment that it's actually
you're buzzing for off. Like not like say if you go watch a football match, you celebrate a goal, and then like you're kind of like there waiting for the next one. If someone just gets like just knocked the fuck out, you're kind of the whole crowd's just buzzing afterwards. Even if it's like it's just like yo, because like I guess a knockout isn't overly common in a lot of like fight. I mean,
no, it's not really.
Nowadays,
not really.
No, it's too safe now. But I kind of feel like any kind of contact sports like that, I kind of feel like it's just human nature to get excited to watch.
Yeah,
it's really it's like a fight in the playground or in the pub.
Yeah.
You watch it, like everyone's
it's
fighting in the playground.
Thing, isn't it? It's a primal thing.
So it's like for me, like I would not refer to myself as a fan of boxing. If boxing is on, and my mates go, "Do you want to go to the pub and watch it?" I'm like, like I'll go watch it.
You had to be a pub rather than boxing.
Right. But then like after you've watched like the first two sort of undercard fights, next thing you know, like you're locked in, right? And like you're fucking cheering.
Let's rephrase that. You're like quite a few beers in, so at that point, anything you're watching is like fuck me. It could be like fucking Lazy Town, and you're there just buzzing like let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm massively into my football. Like, I'm a Villa till I die. Like, and mate, our game. Have you guys seen the game? Did you watch the?
What, against
Did you,
City? Yes, I did. Thank
you,
you.
mate?
Yeah.
Did
Thank
you
you so
see us
much.
make a mess of Man City? Oh
Thank
my!
you so much,
God.
because that helped. I'm an Arsenal fan, so that done us a lot of favours.
Oh, dude, mate.
A lot of favours.
Tomorrow, mate.
Oh,
Serious
it's
game.
on.
Serious
I don't
game.
follow football, but I've always supported
We're
us.
playing. Well,
Yeah, I knew you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like that.
oh my.
We like that. No, but seriously though, like,
The only reason was because at the age, I think I've picked my team at like.
You're a Villa fan now, mate.
No, I'm not.
No, yeah, you are.
No, I.
oh shit, it's
I was Brighton, obviously, because I'm a Brighton gal, and then at the age of
Brighton are good.
at the age of about 13, I discovered Thierry Henry and converted him to Arsenal.
Okay.
Oh, we love Thierry.
Yeah, no, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Yeah.
So it's been Arsenal since then.
Yeah.
I just can't be asked to pick
But like, I'm a die-hard Villa fan. We've been season ticket holders forever, you know, and like I
Sorry,
love
continue.
it.
Continue.
Oh mate, oh dude, I've got my Villa shirt on. Like, it's the third game.
No, that is a nice kit. That is a nice kit.
Yeah, it's a good kit. It's a good kit. That game though, guys, honestly, if anyone's a football fan, it's the best I've ever seen Villa play.
That
Ever.
was insane.
Ever. Yeah.
Like,
I've never seen us play like that.
For
Ever.
a 1-0,
It was amazing.
like it was a proper.
We could have put 3 or 4. We could have put 3 or 4
Who
past them.
hit
Yeah.
the thingy at the bar, didn't he? Like,
Yeah,
that could have,
yeah.
You see Pep's face. It was like,
Yeah.
we could lose here, but no.
But there was a bit at the end when we hit the bar where we were flurrying at the goal, and they just did not know what to do. And it was so incredible as a Villa fan to watch that, because we've had it pretty rough. You know, like, there was a long period where we were down, and that sucked. You know, and like, we're an old club, and it's been pretty miserable being a Villa fan for a long time. But right now, it's so much fun being a Villa fan.
I always liked when Emery was at Arsenal. I always liked Emery at Arsenal. He never got any backing. He got nowhere near the backing that Arteta got now in terms of funds.
I know, mate.
Like,
he didn't like you let him go because you came third or something. And you let him go.
No, it was like, so he got us to Europa League final, for fuck's sake. He got us to Europa League final in Baku. We fucked it against Chelsea. Probably like the saddest I've been in a long while. Like, I was fucking devastated we had to lose to Chelsea. But that aside, like, it was. He wasn't even like putting up bad numbers or anything like that. It was more.
He's obviously an incredible talent, isn't he?
Yeah, the players that he had at his disposal just weren't it.
I mean, you think about, like, he hasn't had, like, the choices he's made and the people he's brought in and the team he's constructed for us.
Oh yeah, great.
We're not spending hundreds and hundreds of millions. Like, us selling Jackie Boy was like so good for us, right? Because that's 100 mil we got for that, which is insane. I was having it was so funny. Yes, I was joking with my brother saying, imagine. I was like, why has Jack gone to a club which is lower than us? Yeah, and it was so funny, you know. And like, he is a Villa boy. Through. He absolutely 100% is. I bet he hates coming to Villa Park to play against us. He wasn't playing, you know, last time, and he knows that all of his boys are daggering him, like they're staring at him like, how dare you, you know. But he's a prop from me. Like, and the thing is that when we had Grealish, like, our game plan was pass the ball to Jack. That was it. That was our entire game plan, and it worked because he was so good. But like, when he left, like, it's taken us a while, but now we have a much better team.
It seems more balanced. Like, you look at Villa's team now. It's like, what, you got Emi Martinez in net, who was obviously up for he got
the best in the world.
He got Golden Glove at the most recent Ballon d'Ors for obviously winning the World Cup. So you literally arguably have one of the best goalkeeper of the year, at least, in the world. Yeah. Like, the team's so much more balanced, and now Grealish has just gone to City. Pep has coached any creativity out of him, and now he just passes back.
That's the thing. Jack has lost so much of his creativity, and like, he was so good. Like, Jack is amazing at winning fouls. Like, that is what he's so good at, just holding onto the ball. And if you want it off him, you've got to push him over. Yeah. And it's like, he was wonderful at that. And he created so many chances for us. But like, a big change for us is Watkins' goal hanging. Like, now we just put Watkins, he just hangs out of the goal and he's smashing them in, and it's like, it's working so well. I love it. Like, I was lucky enough to see Man City play at Villa Park last year, and they were unbelievable. Like it was the best. I saw against us, obviously, the best goal I've ever seen, and it was like. It was nuts. They picked us apart. It was fun to watch because of the quality of the play. But like, but then the other night, Wednesday night, we just did that to them.
Yeah.
And it was the best feeling in the world watching us. We were passing the ball up from the back, which is a classic City tactic.
Yeah.
And like, oh, it was great.
No,
I'd
say that game for me like would be in terms of Villa performances I've seen in recent memory. I don't know if it trumps what you did to Liverpool a couple of seasons ago, where you absolutely destroyed. Like, was it 6-1 in the end?
Yeah,
absolutely mullered.
It's like the thing is that I think Villa's always lacked consistency.
Yeah,
like we really have always lacked consistency. Like
your record against top six isn't bad. It's like the other sort of. Not relegation teams, but sort of like the mid-table teams that you struggle against, and that's why your points are lost, and that's why.
I would describe Villa as sort of a 6th, 7th, 8th place finisher, pretty much every season. And like that, but like that, I'm not happy with that. Like I came into this season thinking, it'd be great to get 4th. Yeah. It'd be awesome if we can get 4th. But now I'm thinking, like, let's go for the podium. Like, I don't want to say we can win the league because, like, it's early. We have to be playing like this in like May. But like it's we've got a shot. We're up there at the moment, and if we can hold this form, I'm loving it. Yeah. I'm loving it.
I'm loving what Villa and Newcastle are doing, because Newcastle, obviously Newcastle got new owners, but like you look at their team, they haven't broke the bank. It's like, fuck me, they've still got Dan Burns starting from the Champions League, so it's like it's not like they've gone out and signed like a not signed just random set like Koulibaly.
Don't need to.
Yeah, they don't. They've already had a good squad. They've got a good coach in Eddie Howe, the same way that Villa got a good coach in Emery. So it's like you don't, if you've got those sort of, we'll say basics, the fundamental. No, the thing with Gerrard,
he needs experience.
Yeah, the thing with Gerrard, it worked at Rangers, and then I think the Premier League. The same with Frank Lampard. It just wasn't like Derby was about the level, and then the thing with Frank Lampard is he obviously, like, I feel bad for him because obviously Tuchel came in, didn't really sign anyone, and then took Chelsea to win the Champions League, and Frank Lampard's probably seething. That could have been him, but I just don't think like there are some players that like.
They just don't have it. Like Rooney definitely doesn't have it, does he? No. He's not like
that whole golden gen. It was like you've got Rooney, you've got like Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, Lampard. Like they're all and Rio Ferdinand. They've all gone different directions. I think Rio Ferdinand would be quite a decent manager, but he went down the punditry route. So it was like
I'd agree with that.
But
because it's safe, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah, it's easy money. All you're doing is like. It's literally like your backseat plate. You're just there, like, oh, this is like you're talking tactics. You're talking a lot of things that managers and coaches would do, except that you're explaining it to the public who aren't experts.
Which is arguably that's harder, isn't it? Because like the public are stupid, and like they're not, they're not players. No. Like so you have to baby it down to the average viewer as well, which takes longer and it takes. Probably more creativity to do that. So if you think they applied that to a dedicated squad, I think you're right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of actually like football commentators who would make incredible managers, but like they'll make more money doing what they're doing, and it's a safer job, isn't it? Because like being a football manager is not a safe position to hold. It's a very pressure.
Micah Richards, the future manager. I don't think he'd work. No, I think he's one of them. It's like pundit. You could put it in a box quite easy. But no, Josh is a Charlton fan, so
right.
I am always in Spain without the S, being a Charlton fan. That is rough, which is why it makes me laugh because I remember when Villa was down there with us.
Yeah. And we struggled, mate. We struggled, like that's the thing with the Championship, right? It's fucking
once you get relegated, once you come down, apart from what Leicester are doing this season, which is a weird exception, once you come down from the Premier League, it's like if you're in the Championship, struggle bus. Yeah, you are done.
Think about Birmingham City, right? Like they've been down there. They're forever in there. You know, like it's really like because that is top level football. That is top level football, and it's so hard to get out of that. There, you do not want to go down. If you go down, you're probably down for a few seasons, and that's if you don't lose the backing that you're going to have. Like you can lose fans, you can lose all sorts. You know, like Everton need to go down. I think it'll be good for them. I think it's good for them to go down. I think they need it, and like they'll be better for it because like they have been clinging on by the skin of their teeth for like 4 seasons now. It's like
they've been doing a Wigan, like Wigan were doing like heroics, like Wigan's form in the last 5 games of the season. You look at it, it's just like you'll see lost draw, then you'll just see W, and they've stayed up. It's like how the fuck have you done that again? Like Everton need to go down. They've had too many good managers, like, and so many like semi-decent players come in, but I don't know what's missing with Everton. I think it's just
like they need the fear of being down in them.
That will
make them a better team.
They lack ambition. They've got nothing.
And they'll be humbled. You get humbled going down.
Yeah.
You get really, really humbled going down.
When you like going down, end up facing fucking team you've not fucking faced for like a good few years. You know, they're on the same level as you know.
I hated it when Villa went down. It was awful, and like it was a painful couple of years. You know, it was really rough going, and like this is why I'm like being a Villa fan right now is so fun because it's just it's great. I'm enjoying it, right? And I feel like I deserve it because you stick with your team, don't you? I like it when someone's like they've been a fan of something forever. Like that's cool. Yeah. You know, you go through it through the thick and thin.
You've seen the highs and the lows. You've seen the,
absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
You've seen the downfall and you've seen the bounce, but you've been through it all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like it's great. I love going to the football though. Like going to a football match is one of the greatest things in the world to do, isn't it? It's like it's so much fun. Like especially if it's good energy, you know, like depends who you're playing, you know, like if we were playing Birmingham City, that's not a stadium you want to be in. No. Like that is you ain't getting out there alive. Like but like it depends who you're playing, but like I love going to a football match. I really love American football as well, like the NFL.
Yeah, I was talking.
Look how happy John is now. He's like, finally.
American, and as soon as it's American, she's like, oh yeah, go on then. Yeah, I love American. I go to the Wembley games each year.
Me too.
Yeah, oh mate, hell yeah! I go every year. I love it because we've been so lucky to see so many teams play. Yeah. My team is Pittsburgh Steelers. And like it has been all my life as well.
Okay, do you know what? Yeah. So I instantly respect you 100 times more as an English because I was expecting. Oh, I fucking love the Patriots. No, you
that's the only team I know, and that's like I'm not an American football fan.
Yeah, no, again, I'm a Steelers fan because when I was very young, my dad came back from a trip to America with a Pittsburgh jersey, and like that was it. That was it then. You know, like that's it. Pittsburgh Steelers is an Orlando Magic for basketball because I was bought gifts as a kid. I don't really watch much basketball though, but I love the NFL. It's so good. Like I can understand people getting frustrated with it because it's slow, but once you know the game, it's so much fun.
Agreed.
The environment of being there is so much more fun.
It's because when you try and explain it to people, right? Because most people will watch it on TV and they go, "Oh, there's too many fucking ad breaks." But if you're actually there, you understand why the ad breaks are happening. Right. Because what people don't understand is there's 65 people on a squad, right? So right. So within a squad, you have 3 teams of players. You've got offense, defense, special teams.
Special team.
Right. Yeah. Right. So all those advert breaks, they're bringing fucking full teams off.
Yeah,
and talking, it's fucking amazing.
It's a sick game, isn't it? Like it's a sick game. It's 2 armies. It's 2 armies, and it's a battle. It is a battle. You're watching a battle take place.
Exactly. To march forward.
It's so good. It's so good. It's like I can't watch it here, unfortunately. I don't have like Sky here, so I can't watch it. Like that's one of the things I miss out on because I used to watch it with my dad every Sunday. You know, and like
NFL Game Pass, game changer.
Yeah, but
NFL Game Pass. So I pay for every year. So it's 50 quid for a season.
Right,
and you can watch every single game.
That's really worth it.
It's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
incredible value. Because I'm a Seahawks fan,
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, I respect that. I respect
Yeah.
that too, mate.
Right.
I was in because I went to Seattle Go Fest.
Oh,
Saw
nice.
Jay there. Saw Jay there, obviously. See him everywhere. Every single Pokemon event, Jay's there. Oh, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Being a Seahawks fan these last few seasons,
Yeah.
pain and suffering is all we know.
Yeah, well, Steelers aren't doing great, are they, mate? We haven't
No.
for a long time. Like,
Yeah, pain.
I'm
and
not following
suffering.
it massively recently. I'm in a draft league with Wally Dog and a couple of other streamers and stuff. Brown Baller's in there as well.
I've seen
But,
it.
like,
They post about it
yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've seen
mate, I haven't. I feel bad actually. Wally's definitely going to kick me out because I've done literally nothing. Like I've literally done nothing, at all. And I like the idea of it, but I'm just lazy and like.
That's why I don't do. That's why I don't do fantasy football. Like I do fantasy football for like the World Cup or the Euros because I know like it's not like I don't know when the Premier League's going to end, but I've got. I feel like my attention span, I can deal with that. But in terms of like fantasy football, I'm flying for the first few weeks and then like couple injuries. I'm unsure about this and that, and then people are like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I just have to stop playing," and they're like, "Oh, here we go, same every season." Now I just don't bother.
Yeah. You feel bad, don't you? Because I feel bad. Like it's like I know they're invested in interest, and I like that. It's cool. It's fun, but like I just can't be bothered. Like
it's a long day.
Yeah. It is long. It's long. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing, if you do fantasy football in America, it's fucking insane. So I flew to Chicago to see Seahawks play the Bears.
Oh, you told me this, yeah.
Right.
You said this in every stream, yeah.
And so you know how in the new stadiums,
mate. I bet that was amazing.
Yeah. Well, it was amazing, but we got absolutely fucking spanked.
Forget the game. Forget the game. The experience itself.
Yeah.
So you think in the new stadiums you've got like the media boards like that are animated now, right?
Yeah.
So in NFL stadiums in America, around the middle, they have fantasy football stats live as the game is fucking going.
That is bonkers.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And like if you're going down the highway to the stadium, they've got boards advertising fucking fantasy football league.
Wow.
Like,
they are so clear.
Yeah.
Like they are so like
nuts.
ahead. Like,
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
To be fair, you think about how big sports cards are in the States. Like, it's a huge market. Like, there's people whose career is investing in sports cards.
Yeah.
You know, which is absolutely bonkers, isn't it? I mean, there are a few people whose career is Pokemon cards. You know, but it's usually partnered with content creation. It would be very, very. I'm sure there are a few people who are resellers who like do make money from reselling cards. They'll open some, sell the rare ones and stuff. But that is not an easy life. You know, that is a very, very difficult life. You're working with tiny margins. You know,
I just keep the nice cards. It's like fuck it.
Yeah, well then you're not making any money, are they?
No, that's alright. Look, I've got this. Look, I've got a full art for loser. On the Paradox, I was like, I like that. Nice. It's gonna eat a star, but that's fine. But I kind of like. If I like something, I'll keep it. Whereas a lot of people, I guess it's like, because I used to sell like trainers and stuff like that, and it gets quite difficult. It does get.
I tried for a little bit to sell some stuff on eBay, but I wouldn't. Not from my collection. Like. I was opening so much stuff. So like in 2016, I was trying to. It was Plasma Storm, Plasma Freeze were the sets out at that time.
Yeah.
And I was trying to complete them by buying, which is stupid. Never do this. Never, ever do this. Anyone listening, you will spend so much money and you will not finish the set. You won't. It's ridiculous.
How many cards are in the set? Like,
I can't remember. Yeah, but I've got the master set now. So every single card, every single reverse holo, every secret rare. You know, I have the master set, but I had to use I spent a fortune and I still had to use eBay to complete the set because it gets to the point where you're buying packs and it's so boring because you know every single card and you know you have every single card.
You know you've got a duplicate, but you're trying to do it like the fun way, by like rather than
but you're trying to do
go out and buy the set.
Yeah. You're trying to do it because it's like I completed this, you know, and I know it's 100% legit because I've opened every single packet and pulled all the cards. You know, but it's almost impossible.
Yeah, you know, like Pokemon Go, where it's like, you want to avoid trading, like someone giving you a shiny or something. You want to get it yourself because you feel like that's not. There's anything wrong with trading it, but you feel like morally, it's like I want to get it myself. It's like
absolutely.
It's that sense
give me
of
one second,
self-accomplishment.
Sorry, guys, give me 1 sec. My mate's running out to something.
That's all right.
What do you say? This does set me up because
Oh, Josh is going to. Oh, you're going to get your things you were talking about.
But
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm only going to show one. So I'm quite
Yeah, go to it and
interested.
then come back. Or we'll come to yours afterwards. Or like, yeah.
So, okay, got it.
So
So,
outside, please. Yeah. Yeah, you can roll one. That's fine, mate. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. It's like, mate, he's asking if he can smoke a roll in, asking if someone else can come around. I was like, well, like, something like that's worse. I'm like,
Fucking why not?
Well, I think they go to Dan's after a bit. They'll come around though. But like, yeah, this is how it happens here though. Like, because we all know each other. We have any.
At one place because we got the group chat. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're at Max's. Let's all go Max's," and you're like, "Oh, not right now."
Yeah, and then. Yeah, no, you're fine, mate. You're fine. But like, we do. We end up like pie a little bit. We probably will. Yes, we all end up pieing. We end up buying a bit too hard sometimes, but like we have fun and we look after each other as well, you know. So like
that's the main thing. As long as no one's like, say like, as long as you're all good vibes and everyone's looking out for one another, then you can't complain. Like party to your heart's content.
Yeah, like.
So,
it is. So, it is.
So I do have a question for you.
Sure.
So Thomas did mention that you were quite big into your TCG. Obviously you said not so much now. So I was wondering if you could tell me if I should be excited to still have this box in the sealed wrap. I don't know if you will know it.
Yes, you should be excited to have that in the sealed wrap, mate. Keep it in that. That's probably good. That will be worth an absolute fortune one day. That is amazing. That is amazing. What a collection piece, mate. That's really cool.
I mean,
fair play. Like, fair play.
I mean, he's got some relics. Fair play to him. He's got some.
I've got. I was just about to pop to Lou as well. I'll grab something as well, which you'll think is cool. I've got something which is sealed, which is a cool thing.
So I should be excited to have two.
One's for me, innit? One's for me, innit?
Yeah, I see. Wait, were they two more, or is that another one?
No, that's another one.
I thought there were three there.
So I did manage to buy three.
Yeah.
So I did manage to buy three for retail, which they were $49.95 at retail.
Yeah.
When I checked eBay last night, £600 a box. These are going for now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good fucking investment.
Yeah.
So,
save it for another 10 years, mate. Sit on it. I've got a sealed base set booster pack, not a booster box. I have a sealed base set booster pack from 1998, and it's not first edition, but like it's still awesome, isn't it? It's still awesome. Yeah. Like I love the fact. I'll never open it. I will never open it. It's a Charizard. There's a Charizard.
Like mine are all literally originally.
I don't know how you can do that. I would have cracked that open straight away.
No.
I understand.
So much more valuable as the packet, mate.
I know, but that doesn't make it any better. That makes me just feel worse about it. I just open it straight away. I'll be like, mine. I want to know what's in there.
I do get that.
To be fair, I was very smart.
Oh, you want the gold bars right here, mate? Is that a gold bar? I can see that. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Flipping is a gold bar. We've been smoking them. I'm a crystal bar guy. They're the best, really. But the gold bars are good.
No, I disagree. These are just better for me.
Yeah, I do like I think the gold bars are sort of like halfway between an elf bar and a crystal bar. Like, and they are good. They are good. I'm gonna run to the loo, guys, so you can.
I'm also.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can chat with Rosie first. I'll grab something as well. So.
I need to grab a beer as well. I don't have an elf bar, gold bar, crystal. I have this. It's just a pen.
What?
It's just a biro. Yeah.
This is a biro.
What are you smoking? That looks a bit sus to me. What are you smoking out?
That's a pen.
I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
Hey, 20 quid.
Let me put these away. But yeah, so for anyone wondering, these are the 20th anniversary Elite Trainer boxes. So these are 5 years old now.
Oh shit!
Still in the wrapping, and so what I did was I bought 3 of them because I knew I really wanted to open one of them, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep the other 2 as a really fucking good investment.
Yeah.
So these 2 boxes currently combined are worth like 1,200. Like, so I'm like, that's a good fucking investment. Yeah. So I'm like, if I keep them another 5 years, I might sell one.
Yeah.
And then wait another 10 years, and then maybe sell the second one, because I've made a shit ton of money on them, like regardless.
Oh,
Like,
good. Yeah.
Elizabeth in chat says never open them. Like just
oh no,
open
never.
them, yeah.
No,
also,
never.
also,
I would not have the willpower to not open it.
thank you.
Like-
That would have been cracked open.
Yeah, straight away.
Like I'm here with
Oh.
just like open packs on my thing. I was gonna open them like on the stream, but then I'm like, nope, I've opened them already. I want to know what's in there. And also,
I wouldn't even necessarily have to open the box. Just the satisfaction of like ripping the cellophane off.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah,
yeah, I've breached it now. It's mine.
yeah.
Also,
Hell,
Josh
bro, you...
Quack says it means that you can buy him lunch for once.
No.
If you care to comment.
Okay, so me and Cock have what I would call a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Is what I
No,
would call,
thanks, Max.
because he is one sarcastic motherfucker. Like,
Our
and do
sarcasm
you know
is my first language. Like,
yeah. But the thing is, he thinks he's really funny.
I'm
well.
I think I've only met him once. I only met him like at EUIC, and it was when I whooped his ass in the Master League side.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
Quack, it's alright.
Yeah.
Hold that. But he seemed alright.
Hey, poor Cock catching straight. Look, there he is. Look.
He's there. He's there effing and
There you go.
blinding in chat. I need to get a beer. You can sort Quack out.
Oh, I know what they are. I just saw a glimpse of what they are.
yeah,
If they are what I think they are.
Wait, I'm gonna
he's got
fuck.
3, 2 of which are open.
Yeah.
These are fucking hard. If these are what I think they are.
Yeah. The problem is, I want to get him to use one of them.
Hell
We are
no.
both,
No. Hell no.
I'm a skate. Well, okay, I've ruined it. I'm a skater. Like, I want to fucking try and ollie one of these.
Yeah,
boys.
man. These are fucking hard.
Yeah, but he's got 3 of them. Surely we can like try and trash one of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
we can
no.
We can skate one.
Yeah, we go.
Like, you know, the thing is, what I really wanted, I was saying, like, if I pulled the gold one, I would have just gone like full punk rock, and I would have just put trucks on it and flipping skated it, and it's worth 50 grand, you know,
Yeah.
like, but like, because that would be so epic. Like the YouTube channel you could create just to be like, oh, I pulled a 50 grand skateboard and I
Ruined
flipping
it.
skated it,
Yeah.
and then I went and did a board slide on it straight away.
YouTube
Right.
one watches all the like fucking like whistling diesel and like spends God knows how many hundreds of thousands on trucks and just trashes them automatically, and you love watching it.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what these are, Santa Cruz did a collaboration with Pokemon, and Pokemon very, very, very rarely do collaborations with any other businesses. So this was a big deal, and they released these Pokemon skateboards, and it was like a booster pack. It's a blind bag, and you don't know what Pokemon you get until you open it. And like the silver ones are the ones you usually get, and then there's only 50 of each of the gold ones in the entire world, and they're worth a lot of money. And I managed to pull Snorlax.
Yeah, that is so fucking cool.
I mean, this is so like this cost me. It cost me. I did have to buy it on eBay, so because I've missed my opportunity. There are skateboard shops around here, and I could have got them, but I'm a plonker. So like, I missed my opportunity to do that. So I did have to pay a little bit extra for them. They were about $100, about 80 quid, guys. I spent about 150 quid on each of them. But this Snorlax one is 500 quid, probably.
We've got
maybe more.
We've got an offer in chat from a Quackadao 11. He says, "I want that Snorlax one." He said he will sell his sister for it. So. So we'll open the bids. We'll open the bids at Quack's sister. Anyone want to advance on that?
Yeah, right. We're gonna raise a sister.
Yeah.
Like the other one I've got is Squirtle.
Oh, that is so cold, man.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Amazing.
Right, I'll open a newborn on the Squirtle. I ain't got one, just someone else's.
This,
not mine.
And this is an unopened one.
This looks very nice.
So this is one which is still sealed, and you can see like all the different ones on the front here that you can get, and they're the gold ones at the bottom.
I want to open it.
Yeah, but like this is going in my Pokemon collection as a sealed item, you know, like so like its value like this is crazy. And in 10, 20 years time, the value of this is going to be bonkers. It will be so much money. You know, and particularly if they don't I really hope they don't re-release them. Like if they do a second series of them, so if they did like Gen 2 or something, that's cool. But I just don't want them to ever reprint these ones. And then this is really, it's a cool thing to have.
That value
I love
rocket,
it.
though,
Yeah, and that is cool, man.
Yeah, it's sick, isn't it? I love it so much.
So cold.
Oh,
like
Pikachu's cool on the front.
Yeah. So like, I think the one that I would like the most is a golden Pikachu. Like, I would love that, you know. And I had high hopes, but I'm really happy with Squirrel and Snorlax. Like, they're great boards, and like, I would actually be up for getting one of these. Which one? I think I'd probably keep. I think Snorlax is probably more valuable. So I'm not that I'm ever going to sell it anyway. I don't know though, because having a starter is also very cool, isn't it? Like having a real Kanto starter.
A Kanto starter is iconic.
Like old school, like oil.
Like
with wheels.
Yeah. Oh, like you.
No,
like, I've got a skateboard. I've got a skateboard in my car.
Yeah, but if we put oil wheels on that, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Like, if you put spacers on it, you wouldn't even need the oil with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I thought that was like Jesus.
I'm amazingly good at skateboarding. I was more of a longboarder. So, like, I would skate as a method of transport rather than
the Land Cruisers.
Yeah.
Like,
they totally didn't hear that. They totally did not hear. But that voice fucked me up. Like hearing that, genuinely, whoever spoke in the background, I genuinely thought Jesus had joined the podcast, and I did not.
Somebody clip it, guys. We've been blessed by Jesus Christ himself.
Joseph.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck? There's only two of them there, and that's not her voice.
You probably had everyone. This is all like Joe as well. Yeah.
You're not in it, no. It's this one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is Joe.
Right, Joe.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Amazing.
Move the headphones that they can now hear it.
Yeah.
Do you want them back?
No, you're okay. I can hear. Oh, you're fine.
Okay, so one section we do like to do on this podcast, which I hope Thomas hasn't done while I've been away. You haven't, have you?
No.
Okay.
No, we're good. It depends.
Yeah, we did it without you.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, you're not meant to tell him. No, we're good.
So obviously, you know, it's I Booze You. We talk a lot about booze. So we always ask our guests, what would you say are your top most like embarrassing or bad drunken moments?
I had quite a bad one. I had quite a bad one last night.
Recent, fresh.
Just because
guys, this is an exclusive.
Just because, like, it's like I was really drunk. You will remember. I was really
me. I can remember.
I was really drunk, and I said on this group, I was like ugliest face competition.
Oh.
And like I sent the group, and that's so stupid. Why would you do this? Why would you send it to your friends? And like I put 6 chins and like pull my hair back, and like my hairline's not great either, you know. And like it was awful. It was awful. It was so awful. But I was just like absolutely annihilated. Like I just got so drunk during the day. I just like wasn't thinking.
You can think of something better.
God, well, that was quite embarrassing. It was embarrassing for me because it happened to me.
What time of the day was this? Like.
Oh yeah, this is like 3 a.m. It's late, you know. Like,
it
was like
the only reason it's embarrassing for you is like the thing we have in our group chat is like
we
try and get the most horrific pictures of other people and set them as like
the group.
DP standard. Yeah. I love that.
But we forgot to save it.
Yeah, and I deleted it.
No, go on his phone. If he's got iPhone, recently deleted it. If recently deleted it, will still be there. Oh, you're a little shit, you are. You've done that before. He's done that before.
Again. No, bad Rosie.
He's done that before.
Let me think of another one then, if that's not good enough.
No, to be fair, it's better than what we had last week, but we're not going to dwell on that.
Right, yeah. I've fallen in lots of things, you know. I've managed to never fall in the canal in Birmingham, but I've seen it happen to a couple of people.
I've fallen in the canal with love, bro. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, you've got people die in the canal in Birmingham, mate. It's flipping gross in there, so you don't want to go. You don't want to go in there.
My girlfriend's mum lives in Birmingham, and it's like she's always so like scared, like just getting on public transport. I heard there's somewhere called like the Bull. Is it the Bull Ring?
Yeah,
something like that. I've seen it. I think there was. I don't have Instagram anymore, but I've been. My missus showed me like there's a page called I'm Just Brum of someone like carrying around like a fucking machete in the Bull Ring.
Yeah.
It's just like what the fuck is wrong with Brummies?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I quite like that. I'm from I would. It's hard to say this. I'm aware of my surroundings because of where I grew up.
Yeah.
You know, and like, so like that's a good thing in some ways. You know, like and like I'll hold myself and like my confidence when I'm walking around places.
Yeah.
I've learned from if you look like a victim, you're gonna get
treated like a victim.
You are, yeah.
People
like,
smell it. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. But like, yeah, I spent all my life there, so like, I feel like I know how to conduct myself quite well in sort of like urban situations, you know, because I lived in London as well, right? So like, and I kind of love it in some ways. I kind of love it, you know, like I like the grittiness of it. It's cool, and like you do actually find out who your real friends are quite quickly when you around people who are like dealing in all sorts of business, you know, like. But it's cool though. It is cool. Like it's got like city life, proper city centre life is cool. But like you can see how it spirals into violence all the time and drugs and alcohol and stuff, you know. But like you can make some incredible friends and like you know you can have a proper vibe. Like there's like nothing else really, you know.
Have you ever been involved in any scraps? Getting involved?
So I was going to say, do you ever walk around like where you are now?
Sure.
Do you ever walk around where you are now, hoping? Not like hoping. That's the wrong word. Do you ever walk around anywhere now, thinking like, if someone starts on me, I'm just going to pack them in jail? Or does that never cross your mind?
Joseph,
get him on. Joseph.
Joseph, pull up a chair, man.
Mary, Joseph, and Joseph.
He's always
Joseph. He's been known to take out a bouncer or two this.
Oi, angry Ginge in the flesh.
Joseph lives with me at Rosie's Rooms, #Central, but like I think the reason we feel safe is because we know we've got Joe there, and like if anything in the past month we've had the police round 3 times. We had one of our housemates arrested like 2 nights.
Someone got arrested the other night for pulling a knife on someone. Like they did.
Where the fuck do you live?
Yeah.
Where do you live? I thought you said you moved away from Birmingham.
Yeah,
like,
seriously. The amount of drama that comes out of this town is hilarious.
This isn't even between like strangers. This is all within our friendship group.
Yeah. To be fair, when you weren't here, Josh did say like both lived in big cities and kind of like they've come away to like a small village. And Rosie said, I think it was along the lines of there's more drama here. There's more drama where they are now than there was in the big cities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in loads of scraps because that's what happened. Like it's like I'm not.
Like the mediator of our group. He chills everyone out.
Really don't like getting to that point because like you know how earlier we were talking about UFC and stuff, and I said I wouldn't be able to keep my composure if I got hit. I can't. So like if it gets to a point where you've hit that point and I see red, then I can't stop myself, and I don't ever want to get into that place. I never want to feel that, you know, because like then it's like when you see red at that point, I fear myself at that point, you know, like I don't want, you know, like
sometimes that's good. So one of our previous guests, Oscar, I don't know if you know Pogo Oscar.
Yes.
Right, great guy. So he lives out in France, and he was telling us a story where he had got he was out grinding and he got mugged like on the street,
there was a really famous clip of it happened on somewhat live. I don't think it was Oscar, but there was a really famous clip of someone streaming Pokemon Go on Twitch as they get mugged, and they take the phone off them, and like then you just hear some guy like some chap like legging it with this phone, but it's like
that's bad.
Yeah, I mean like. You like growing up in Birmingham and stuff. You expect this kind of thing to happen. So like you wouldn't leave the house with you're not going to leave the house with anything other than what you need, you know. And like you learn that you learn the fights that you're going to win as well. You also learn the craziness in people's eyes. You can see like how much reasoning you're going to be able to do with someone, and when you need to flip and turn tail and leg it. You know, like.
This is very late to the game, but I just thought of my last. I know people aren't here to see me; they're here to see you. But my last embarrassing drunk story. No, when I went to London, we left the gig at like. To be fair, I was only 11, and it was a 45-minute walk to McDonald's, and we're like, "Fuck it, we'll do it. We're drunk." Bear in mind, it's like we went to see. I don't know if anyone knows Morgan Wallen. So, like full-on country gear. Like
I love Morgan Wallen. I love Morgan Wallen.
Massive fan. We got to this Mackey's and we saw someone come out of the door. So we're like, cool, they're still open. It's 24 hours. It's London. Like, everything's open. We walked in the door and was like, no, we're shut. And then all I heard was, apart from drive-through, we didn't have a car. So drunk me just ran out the door. For some reason, I thought to be convincing to be in a car, you had to be really fast, and just full pelt ran through the drive-through and just stepped it.
You're like, oh my god, oh my god.
Then as I was running off, she was like, all collection, and we could have just ordered on our phone.
Yeah.
What the other day?
Which then proceeded to my friend ordering on the phone while I threw up in the car park for about half an hour.
Shit.
Sounds like Rosie.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I was at a Mackey's the other day and it was like there was a car park because it looked like they're really busy inside. There was a drive-through. I'm like, I was completely sober. I just stood behind the car and I'm like, we'll probably get served quicker here if I'm behind the car. It's like, no, sometimes
See, that makes sense. Drunk, apparently, I need to go at the speed of a car.
Yeah, because you race through them in the car when you're there as well, don't you?
Yeah, I just thought for some reason for them to like pick up that you were there, you needed to like.
You must have been moving, like fucking. You must have been absolutely
moving.
So honestly, she went to the other day. It was about this was about like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. And I had a message from her. She was in a field with a bunch of wild horses. And I was like, I was like, where are you? Like, why am I not there as well? Like, what is this?
Yeah, we went for a drive.
And that was after a Mackey's trip, wasn't it?
After a Mackey's trip.
Yeah.
And there was literally about 30 wild horses in this thing, and I was like, I'm going to go and pet one. They're like, they're wild horses, Rosie. You're not going to go and pet one. I literally have a video of me walking up to one of them.
I've got a video of
it coming up to me and like stroking it.
You're
and
so
like,
lucky it didn't. Like,
it's so weird to wake up at 3 in the morning and try and make sense of why your friend sent you a video of like wild horses. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Because we only had a Mackey's trip, so I went out in my hoodie and my slippers and nothing else. So I'm in a car park.
Then you're avoiding with wild horses.
It's pissing it down with rain.
It was one Rosie versus like a fucking army of horses.
Yeah.
You could have got the shit kicked out of you. But at the time, it didn't occur to you.
You could have been fucked out.
Fucking hell. That's funny, that. I forgot what the initial question was. So, yeah, Max, in terms of, like, fights and stuff like that, you said, like, say you try and avoid it because, like, if you see red,
always.
then it's not going to, you know,
always.
It's not going to go well.
I'll always try and avoid it, you know, and I'm really good at talking my way out of them. I'm very good at talking my way out of them.
But,
like,
oh yeah, okay, so to go back to what I was saying.
The Oscar story, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so he got, like, he got mugged, blah, blah, and he basically just gave them everything. So I was trying to explain how for me, I go into fight or flight mode, and like, for me, it's always fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Always. I would pick fight rather than flight as well, because like
exactly.
you can't really
Yeah.
you like, and like again you can't like in Birmingham unless like it's like maybe let's say I'm in Birmingham late at night and it's not a great area and someone comes up to me at night with a knife, I might run from that, you know. But like if it's in a pub or something and it comes down to that feeling, there's no running.
Yeah,
like you're not running out of that situation. You have to face up to that situation, and like that's important as people. It's important that you do that. You know, you it's like it's terrible weakness to back down from something like that. You know, it's like that will affect you. It'll affect you in a lot of ways. It'll affect you personally, mentally. If you do that.
My mum said I should always stand up to bullies. So
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I remember my first day. I remember my first day of secondary school in Birmingham, and my dad teaching me how to punch someone. And he was like, oh, you know, if you ever do, like, obviously, don't ever get into. Don't try not to get into it. Avoid it as best you can. But if you ever do have to hit someone, imagine you're hitting the person behind them. You know, so like you follow through with it.
You want to punch through.
You know, I'm like 11. I was like, fucking hell, like Jesus Christ.
Hey, your dad's a savage. He's putting holes in people like fucking Cheerios.
He's my dad's fucking cool. Like, he's fucking cool.
It's the best method of punching someone.
Yeah, because you go through them. Yeah, so like it's like the target is behind them, so you go through them.
It's got some weight behind it. Yeah.
And like I've unfortunately had to do that a couple of times, and it is always in self-defense. I would never be the person to just hit someone. You know, like shut up, mate. Like I wouldn't do that. You know, I wouldn't do that. I would always try everything to avoid.
Right.
Happens,
Okay. So talk us through one of the altercations you've been in.
It's usually the way it's happened with me when it's resulted in actually like punches being thrown. It's never actually been me. It's been friends. You know, so like there was a time I was in.
Or is that you?
This isn't even in Birmingham. I was in Newquay. You know, because I surf a lot, so we were in we're in Newquay surfing, and someone side of my brother, and like anyone who has a little brother knows that does not fly. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
And I just saw red, just saw red instantly, and just threw myself at this person, and because like you don't touch someone's little brother. That's my baby. That's my baby brother.
Yeah.
Like it's like you can't. You know you have to stand up for when things like that happen. That's probably the hardest I've ever hit someone. Was like because it was my little brother. I was like, no.
How old was your brother then? Like, what was the sort of scenario?
Oh, he was like, so my brother was probably 18, and I was like getting like it was like one of the first times he'd been like on a proper night out in a club type vibe, you know. And I'm 3 years older than him.
Yeah, the way you said no one touches my little brother.
You're sorry, what you got something to tell me, mate? What you fucking been doing, yeah, and then like school fights as well, obviously, but like you know, school fights is just a part. That's part of being in school.
It's part of the education system. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, like that's just a thing.
It's a hidden
I've never, to be fair, I've never had a fight where it's been like blow for blow and we've both been stood up for a long time, you know, and it's like properly boxing style. I've never been in
fights aren't like that. Like fights are realistically, it's like they can be dirty. It's like fuck me, I've been in a school fight. I've took off my kickers and just fucking clumped someone with a kicker. It's like, and this was before the first bell rang. This was like we were playing football and it went left, and then my kicker just came off and he got laced.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just happens.
It's like it does. The thing is, it's scary though when it happens in like pubs and stuff. Someone will pick up a pool ball or something, right? And then that's when it's like
pool
really
ball, smash a bottle, a glass, fucking
exactly.
cutlery, all sorts going on.
Yeah.
A dart, that's a fun one.
Fucking hell, Jesus.
But for the most part, like as Rosie said, I'm like a mediator. Like I'm actually quite good at calming situations like that down.
Yeah.
There was a time recently when there was someone at the pub who we know, you know, he's not really in like our sort of friendship circle, but he was just starting on everyone.
That's my cousin.
And and like I managed to get through. I managed to cut through to him, you know, and like as soon as I did, he just burst into tears. Like, you know, because he just obviously didn't.
Yeah,
but I just stared.
And renowned world.
Yeah, but I stared into his soul, right? And I was like, and he knows me, you know, and like.
Man went like a dementor, like suck it up.
Yeah, it was me trying to wake
get
him
through
up.
to him.
It was me trying to wake him up, and I was like, look, it's me. It's me. There's no one here checking you, and he just like broke down. But that was bad. That was one of the times the police were called to the pub because he'd like picked up. We've got another mate, Marcus, and he like picked him up and like spear tackled into the ground and stuff. And it's like nothing. And like he thought it was banter, you know, in his head. And he's drunk and like, he thinks it's banter, but actually you've just spear tackled someone who's not expecting it, who's been working all night, is stone cold sober to the floor. You know, it's like...
Even though, like, you mentioned we called the police, like, shout out to Pembrokeshire Police of the fact that when we called in that time, this guy had time to stand in the middle of the road in front of the police car, pull his trousers down, moony them.
Why did I have a feeling you were going to say that? As soon as you said shout out to the police, I had a feeling someone was going to get the knob out or something.
Seriously.
They're watching him and just watched his ass come
They managed, like, because I managed to get him sort of like halfway up the hill. And he was saying to me, like, where are we going, what we're doing? And I was like, we're done, mate. It's bedtime, dude. It's game over. And like, as he came, this car came down, and he saw the headlights, and he just ran into the road and like pulled his trousers down. And then it was the flipping police. And I've never seen someone run so fast in my side. Like, he legged it. And I was left there with who likes talking? No one likes flipping talking to the police, do they? You know, it's uncomfortable. You know, and then I was just like, yeah, I was trying to get him home. Like, I don't know where he's gone. And it was like,
he thought he was at home. Yeah, he started getting undressed. He thought he was at home. He didn't realise he was in the middle of the road getting his cock and balls out to the police.
This is definitely an insight into small town Wales.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's great.
It's
It's great. Yeah, they do. Like I say it's funny. Like my family, like when they hit, like to them, Solva is like the happiest place in the world. Like they only ever have good memories of being on the beach and stuff, and like it's like the happiest place. Nothing could ever be wrong with Solva. They don't experience the dirty underbelly, like being here all the time, and like all the drama, which is with all the local people and stuff, and it's there, and it runs deep, and it's some of it's really old, you know.
Tourist season is happy season,
Yeah.
and then the tourists go, and it's like the locals run wild.
I was gonna say, like, because we had the episode with Matt Beer, and we never got any of this insight from him. How close are you two in terms of like how far away is he from you? Like, if you wanted to see it right now. Okay,
he's about an hour away from me. He's in a place called Llanelli.
With his driving, it's probably a bit.
Yeah. He does like his speed. But Matt, that evening of this chap who like I managed to take up the hill, Matt also fell victim to that. Like, to be fair to Matt, Matt's not like, he's not a fighter. He's not a bit. In terms of like, if you challenge him to Pokemon, he's gonna beat you. Yeah. But like, you know, in terms of real life, and fair play to him, Matt, he wasn't backing down. He did not back down, and like, because you don't, do you? But like, when I got involved, it's because Matt got pushed to the floor, and that's when instantly I was like, yo, because he's under my roof, right? He's there with me, and like that's when I was trying to put a stop to it straight away, and like. Yeah, he experienced that being in Solva for a couple of days, and he was like, "Oh God." Jesus. You know, like he took it like a champ. He was fine. He's absolutely fine. You know, like
it's just not been back to him.
We want Matt to come back. We want Matt.
He's not been back. Yeah.
Matt is in. So this group that we're talking about that we have on WhatsApp and stuff. Matt's in this group, but like he must think, what the fuck
are you not doing?
What am I doing here?
Crazy.
That we made,
especially over the past few days, because like over the past few days it's like shit's gone down. All right, shit's gone down. He must be there like, I'm not going anywhere near Max at the moment. He will. I hope he does. Matt, are you here, mate? We missed you. Come hang out, mate. Come now.
I don't know if he's in chat anymore. So but like I don't think because he stayed with me, because me and Matt travelled to Lille together for one of the regionals, and he stayed with me, and like he was so nice and everything, and like I never got the impression like when I've spoken to him and stuff that he was like a violent person or an aggressive person.
No, he's not at all. So, he's not at all. Like there's absolutely no reason anyone in the world should ever push him over.
Literally,
that's why it was like.
He stayed at mine, and we woke up one morning, and he said there was a guy outside looking at his car. So a guy outside was looking at his car. It was like someone looking to give him a ticket, and then he didn't know what to do. He was kind of like, he's looking at my ticket. So like, I put my dressing gown, Air Forces on. I went outside. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, there's no fucking permit in the thing. I'm like, have you lost your head? I'm like, we don't need a fucking... I was like, we literally live there. It was like, it's supposed to be... So we have like flat numbers, and it's supposed to match up to the bay numbers. And he was like, well, what number are you? And I'm like... And not that I had to tell him any. I'm like, 8B. So we have one parking space. I was like, 8B. It was like, you should be in bay number 8. So I'm like, no, because how we fit an 8A and 8B in the same bay, you fucking moron. Yeah. It was like anyone can pretty much park anywhere. And he was like, and then he started having like a big go, and Matt was like proper worried that he was going to get like a ticket. I'm like, Matt, if anything comes back, I've taken a picture of this guy's reg plate. I've never seen him. We've not seen the guy since. And he was just
I was impressed with Matt though, like when this guy's twice his size.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't back down, and like fair enough. You know, fair play.
No, you got respect.
Yeah, you do, mate. You do.
Wait, to be fair, I don't know why. I feel like I just had a proper like intrusive thought, but I feel like we should set up like a Pokemon Go bar fight and like just pick teams.
Yeah.
And just fucking go at it, like just one team again.
I wonder who would win that. I wonder. I bet Rise. I bet flipping Rise would. He's a big lad. You know,
Rise
Rise
is a big boy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big lad.
Or Crimson. Or Crimson.
Yeah, Crimson Might. Crimson Might. He's got the wild. He's got the craziness in him as well. Crimson does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then to be fair though, I find sometimes it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah.
But Rise is quite quiet though. Rise is quite quiet though. Like, I've had the Rise is great. He's lovely. He's a lovely chap. I've met him like 3 or 4 times, and he's lovely. But he's a big chap. Yeah, he's a big dude. Yeah, have you seen him when you see him like on the play Pokemon events? Like when he gets in the chair, it's he dwarfs the chair. Like he's massive.
So they must have organised like basketball socials and stuff for GoFest or one of the regional events.
Butters really likes basketball, doesn't he? I'm really good friends with 2O Butters, and like I'm so proud of Butters. Like he's so good at casting, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, and like he's one of the first times he did casting. He did it. Like I was holding I used to do something called the Grunt Cup. So like my stream team, I don't really do. There are still people who are on Team Rocket, which is cool, by the way. That was the team name that I have. I own the team name Team Rocket on Twitch, which is flipping awesome, right?
Yeah.
And we did something called the Grunt Cup, and it was all team, like you could only bring Pokemon which Team Rocket have used across like the manga, the anime, throughout all the Pokemon lore. And he came and shoutcasted that for us and was just killed it. You know, it just absolutely killed. He made the whole thing. He made the whole tournament. He's so good at it. And he is honestly a really, really, really nice guy. I love Buzz so much. I met him at Worlds, and like he, bless his heart, he managed to get me. I got to go into like the Pokemon Center before the public did, because he was one of the staff organisers and he had a +1, and the legend flipping invited me to go and do it, and it was amazing, you know. And I was there with like, I was in the Pokemon Center with huge Pokemon content creators, you know, people who have millions of followers. It was quite an experience. It was special. It was cool, and lots of the people who I knew as well, you know, because like I've been in the streaming game for a while, you know. But like it was sick though. It was sick.
This was the Worlds that just took place in Japan.
No, this was the one before.
The one in London. Okay,
yeah.
That's still sick though.
It was epic, mate. It was epic. Yeah, I loved it. And I was like hung out with Caleb and stuff as well. And he's a proper dude as well. He's super clever. Yeah.
Have you got any plans to go to any more Pokemon events or?
Oh yeah, I absolutely will, mate. As soon as I'm like out of my funk with it, I'll get back on it. Like,
well, you know, in April there's the EUIC London, which is obviously the European.
Yeah, well, mate, I'll come down because I'd love to come down anyway. Like, I've got so many homies in London, right, who play Pokemon, and like, I know that I've always got a parking space in London. I know that, which is great, right? Like, I know so many people. Like, a few of my friends live there, and like, so I'm always up for coming down to London. I love it, you know. And I live in such a different place to that, because I live in like a really, really quiet place. There's not very many people, you know. You say hello to everyone. And it's so different to being in London. But I do love the London lifestyle as well. I miss it quite a lot sometimes. It's awesome, isn't it? It's something about it which is so cool. It's just very expensive, you know. Like, did it? I kind of love it.
Well, to be fair, Thomas, I guess it's kind of a little podcast sneak peek. But yeah, you know, if you're going to come down, you know, we might be able to get you involved in a little something I've got cooking up. Hopefully.
Of course, mate. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention too much. There's only really Thomas that knows right now. Yeah. I'm trying to work on something really fucking cool. Really cool.
That sounds awesome, mate. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, gonna take place. Hopefully EUIC. Hopefully, I'm hoping if I can make it work.
That's the plan.
Yeah, be wicked.
Wait, which thing? Because there's like a few things we've spoken about. The thing that you sent the picture of, like the screenshot the other day, or like the thing that I said would be a good idea. Which thing?
It'd be the thing that I sent the screenshots of the other day.
Okay, that thing. Yeah, no, that would be good. What about the thing I said? We still got to do that.
Which one?
No one knows what you're talking about.
No, the fucking right. Fuck. I'm just gonna say it, because so like at EUIC, obviously, you know, gonna have a lot of battlers there, a lot of people from the UK, and thought it'd be a good idea for the cast, because at some point we have we have a soundtrack coming out, so it's currently just like it's still in the
Oh
works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now you remember, prick man. No, we wanted to do like when I say hood video, I don't mean like a serious like hood video. We wanted to do just like a music video.
That sounds sick.
With just
I'm definitely game for that. I'm definitely game for that, mate. That sounds awesome. Yeah, hell yeah.
So we wanted to do that because we just want to try and take the podcast as far as we can, because like we said at the start of the stream, a lot of people stop after 20. So it's like if we make it to 20, then we've already done better than 95% of people. So then
So you're putting this out on YouTube as well, are you?
Yes. Yeah. So we put it on YouTube. We put the audio on Spotify.
Nice.
Pretty much, yeah. They're the only two platforms we really go with at the minute.
Cool.
So
Shout out to
they're the ones you want to aim for, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's
definitely a big shout out to our Spotify gang.
Oh my god, I was on a podcast.
Yeah, when we say podcast, it's like, because obviously a lot of podcasts you see are quite in real life, RRL, book a studio and everything. And I think like where for me, obviously like I met Josh like a couple years ago. Was it a couple years ago? Yeah, it was a couple years ago at Worlds London. Yeah. And I think from them, like we said, like we don't, like we said earlier, we don't see each other a lot. So we thought it would be like a good idea to like, literally just stream and like get other people like on and,
it's a great idea.
Yeah, try and find out, because there are obviously podcasts for like, there's like Battle Cats, which obviously Caleb, Anakor and Speedy do. There's like D-Ned. There's loads of good podcasts. Like if you want actual PvP content and insight and high level analysis, you're gonna get that there.
High level PvP knowledge from PocketMonsterMax. I'm really sorry.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not getting that here. You might get a bit here and there, an odd gem or two, but like for the most part, you're just getting like you're just getting like pure unadulterated real. Yeah, you're just getting us.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, you're getting right now. Like you're with Max. Like I'm not like. I'm just Max right now. Like I'm not putting on the PocketMonsterMax character.
No, we're with Max, with Rosie, with Joseph. We've had everyone.
I actually think these guys are they're going to go. They're literally going across the road to someone else's house because then they're just going to all go crazy probably. And I'll go and join them in a little bit. So like,
Crash. This has been really fun.
No, it's good. It's great to say, like, it's obviously good to just talk to people in general. Like, I feel like a lot of people, like we said, when we had, no offense to Brown Baller, when we had Brown Baller on, obviously a lot of what he talks about and does is Pokemon. And obviously we try and, like, explain, like, the premise of the podcast is entertainment. We're trying to, learn more about people. Besides, like, we want to know Max. Like, we get PocketMonsterMax on, but we want to know Max. We get PocketMonsterMax on just to, like, fucking take the mask off. Like,
it's been really good for that, hasn't it? Because I've been here with my friends. So, like, you literally, like, this is just...
if he says something wrong, we're going to call him out on his bullshit. That's not what...
They sound
fucking will as well.
That sounds like a good friendship group.
It is a good friendship group. It is a good friendship group. We can make it you can make a TV show on just the whole of Solver. Honestly, seriously, it would be. They'd make millions. It would.
Be the greatest thing to come out of Wales since Gavin and Stacey. We'd love to see it. Max and Rosie instead of Gavin and Stacey. See you later, Joseph.
See you later, guys. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, so not to keep you for too much.
No, it's all right. I'm chilling, guys. Don't worry about me. Like honestly, I probably need a break anyway. Being on an I Booze You podcast, I'm gonna drink less.
Fair enough.
So one of the other things we like to do is we kind of go through our guest socials and talk about stuff that they've posted.
Okay, I haven't posted much.
And as you mentioned, Thomas, if you want to pull up the first one.
I found some stuff. Like you said, you're not really... You've kind of been like, you're off the grid and whatnot. And
it's not the box.
It definitely did show on your socials that you were a bit on a bit of a hiatus. So we'll get it.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get
Take
it
some beers with you. Yeah.
One second, we'll get that up now.
Okay. Let's pull up the first one.
One second, I'm pulling up the first. Yeah, so Max was saying that obviously you mentioned earlier you're on a bit of a hiatus when it came to social media. Wasn't really posting all the time and whatnot. But
I've never been good at it.
Nah. the thing with me is I like streaming. I like the whole idea of like creating content and stuff. I always just feel like not cringe and not whatever, but like, I feel like just always, I don't know. I feel like the aim of the game is obviously to promote it and get it, you know, out there, and exposure is important. But I always just feel like every day, like posting about it, it's like,
yeah,
fucking. When I see people do it, I'm thinking have a day off.
yeah,
But
yeah. Like literally,
Me.
yeah.
Right, here we are. Here's the first one. So
Oh,
we're
God.
looking at July. This, honestly, I know I mentioned that Baku, a Europa League final was a sad time, but this was also a sad time because I know exactly what you're talking about based on the date and the time. I never liked football anyway. It's not coming home. I mean, I've just noticed that you've spelt coming wrong, but we'll gloss over that because it's sad.
Right, well, as long as it depends how I spelled it. But like,
Yeah, no, that was England Croatia, wasn't it?
yeah, mate, of
Yeah.
course it was, dude.
Yeah,
Of course it was.
Everyone
yeah.
knows where they were. Everyone
Yeah,
knows that Kane should have
mate.
squared it. What are your
Dude.
thoughts on, like, because we spoke about, I don't know.
Mate, it was crippling. It's crippling. You know what? The amount of hospital admissions that they have during like England like title games and whatever goes up like 3 or 4 times, and you totally understand it, right? Because like any Yanks here, guys, we love you guys. We love you. You're awesome. But like football runs so deep in, football runs so deep in British culture. Like it is, even people who don't like football will know players and they'll know stuff about it because you can't escape it. There's no getting away from it. It runs in our blood.
It's the best game in the world.
It is. It absolutely 100% is the best game in the world. Yeah, it's the simplest game in the world. The game is there's 2 goals. You have to get the ball in the goal. You can't use your hands. That's it. That's it. You have to get the ball in the goal. You can't use your hands. And like that is such a simple game, and it's so much fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to watch. It's fun to comment over. It's fun to like have your teams and have like banter with people about it. I love football. Yeah. Like it's so good. You know, and like really, football as well is a thing that you'll see people at football games who from all different walks of life. And all sorts, you know, like I might not strike someone as a football fan, but I'm a diehard Villa fan. You know, I always will be. I love it. It's just like it was so painful, wasn't it, mate? I was so confident, and like this is a classic England thing: is overconfidence and celebrating too early. We're so bad at celebrating too early.
In recent history, we've never been given a reason to really think that we're going to go on and win the Euros or the World Cup. But for whatever reason, like you said, the uber confidence that the England fans have, you hear it's coming home and 3 lines on the shirt. It gets to you every year.
It does. It's emotional, mate. It's emotional, mate. I can hear it.
My aunt tells me, and my cousin, her son, and it's just like, you're not seriously thinking England are going to win it again. And I'm like, we've got to speak it into existence, really. It's like we've got to make it happen.
We will. And like the thing is, I really want to see it. I really want to see it. I really want to see it. Like my dad has a horrible story, actually. My dad, he's brought up quite religious.
Yeah.
And when we did win the World Cup, he wasn't allowed to watch the game because he was at like a church function thing, which fucking sucks.
That
doesn't it?
Oh no.
That bumps so hard. That is literally like history.
Yeah, it is history. It is history, and it's so important to us as like a people, as like a British people. It is so important to us. Like we love it. It binds us together, and it actually we as Brits, right? When we go abroad and stuff, something which we know we're going to be able to have in common with at least all of the European countries is football. And like it ties us into so much, you know, because we love it. And like, it's awesome. It happened again, you know, guys. This is hilarious. The other day, so my dad missed the World Cup final when he was a kid. So you know, it'd be great for him to see it as well. But like, so the other day, the Villa game, my dad was supposed to go to that game. Yeah, we've got season tickets. It's through our family's business, which is like construction, builders, merchants stuff. But like, he was supposed to be at that game.
Yeah. And
my mom booked him tickets to see the Nutcracker with her.
Oh, for
fuck's
sake!
Can you imagine the pain?
No.
Mate? Can you imagine the pain of missing that game because you had to go watch the fucking Nutcracker?
Oh God!
Oh
Crack
my
me nuts for
God.
nothing at home. Fuck
Seriously.
off! Yeah.
We were laughing. We were laughing at him so much, and we were like, my brother made a hilarious joke. He said he could hear the like in Interstellar when he's like trying to escape the black hole and there's that really epic music playing. We were saying we imagine my dad sitting in the Nutcracker trying to keep a straight face, like while his phone is going mad in his pocket, and he's like we can hear the Interstellar music playing. He's like desperately trying to keep a straight face watching Nutcracker, knowing that it's the best game that I've ever played. It was like, I felt so sorry for him. I felt so sorry for him because being at that game would have been like once in a lifetime thing. You know, it would have been the atmosphere there would have been on fire. It would have been so good. But I wish I could have been at that game. I was going crazy, and I was laying in bed watching it on my laptop. You know, my brother sent me, his girlfriend sent me a picture. He stood in front of the TV, actually stood up in front of the TV. It was so good. And my dad was at the Nutcracker.
I know where I'd rather be, 100%. Definitely not at the Nutcracker. Goes without saying.
I'd go to the Nutcracker. Like, if a butterfly's wings flap and, you know, the universe could be different. I was like, if you'd watched the game, we wouldn't have won. So, like, we needed you to be. We were like, you've done a sacrifice. We're happy with it. You had to be there. You know, you needed to go to the Nutcracker. Otherwise, we wouldn't have won the game.
In the grand calculus of the multiverse, his sacrifice was way greater than his life.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't know why my thing keeps muting. My sound keeps muting randomly. That's really weird.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing that. But we'll move on to the next one briefly. I know you mentioned you went to Seattle Go Fest, so this must have been around the time that you went. I'm in Seattle. Yeah. What the hell? I don't even speak American.
Yeah, it was a joke I was saying. I was like, I'm going to America. I don't even speak the language.
I'm looking at the time as well. Obviously, that's 2:22 a.m. UK time. So what time would that have been when you were there?
Like, that would have been.
It's like 6 hours. It's 6 hours ahead, isn't it? 6 hours ahead.
Seattle is 8.
8 hours ahead, right? Yeah, but it's in the evening then, right? So like, I would have just got there probably. It was sick though. Seattle was amazing. It was an incredible experience. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Josh, did you say you went to Seattle as well?
No. So I said. So I wanted to go, but I always said I could not go to Seattle, even for Pokemon, unless Seahawks were playing, because I wouldn't be able to go to my team's city. And
you might be able to do like a tour of the stadium or something, though, bro.
He wanted to see a game.
No, dude, I want to be in that fucking stadium.
He wanted to do two birds with one stone, one stone, or no birds at all. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. I get that.
Yeah. So I kind of just cut the losses.
Yeah.
And just accepted it basically for what it was. Right. I was like, nope, not gonna go.
Right, we've moved on from Twitter. We are now on Instagram.
Oh no!
So this was around the same. That was your setup for the semi-finals.
That's not this World Cup. That's the one beforehand.
That's 2018. Yeah.
2018. Yeah.
So this is in Wandsworth in London. This is where this was taken.
Nice.
I've got to ask. What the hell is going on with the tablecloth? It looks like a really small.
I think there was people coming around. We were like hosting something, and like there was people coming around for the World Cup or something. So it's just like that, like
conked out on the table as well.
Yeah, it probably was at the end of the night.
No, because it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? It looks like a small bed.
That looks comfy.
Very small bed.
That looks comfy.
It's outside though. This is outside. This is outside though. This is outside. It's like.
Is it?
Oh, is it?
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you can kind of tell. Look on the right. That looks like some sort of like fencing.
Tree.
Yeah. Something. No, not. Is that a tree? That's a thick tree. If that's a tree.
No. It's like it's like the roll of bamboo that you can get.
Yeah, like the bamboo sort of fencing. Yeah. That looks comfy in my uni bed though. I can't lie. Yeah. That looks fucking. I could sleep on that.
So clearly for the World Cup you went over the top. So was this you hosting it?
It was actually my girlfriend at the time's mother who was hosting it.
I was at my girlfriend at the times as well. It's always like. Always brings back such sore memories because I'm just like, I was there. Trippier buried the free kick, and they, no, I don't. No, Trippier buried the free kick, and they were like, I'm an Arsenal fan, and they were all Tottenham fans. So the fact that we lasted as long as we did, that's another story. But it was all like they were all gassed. It was like, Trippier free kick, And then it was like, I just kept saying Kane should have fucking squared it. And they were like, don't talk about Harry Kane. And I'm like, fuck off, he should have squared it and we'd be in a final, you cunts.
Yeah.
Literally.
He came for being fluffed it in the last one as well, didn't he? Oh my god,
He
what
did.
he fluffed it.
So we're talking about how much the World Cup, well, it's just international football means to us.
Yeah.
So specifically, the Euro. No, what was the first tournament after we came out of lockdown? It was the Euros, right?
It was Euros, yeah, and we did insanely well. We lost in the final, right?
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah, Italy.
I remember we lost for that as well.
Yeah,
genuinely, I remember crying.
Yeah, I could have done.
Like
I was
tears, because I remember it so vividly. Like we just come out of lockdown, everyone was able to see their mates again.
Yeah.
And and England doing well.
Yeah.
Meant the whole nation was so happy after
we were prospering together. Yeah.
Right? like after such a dark 2 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And it really was, wasn't it? It really was. It was so miserable. It was really hard.
And it was just as summer was like starting. Right.
Yeah.
And I remember it, and we kept winning, and the pubs were getting more and more busy.
Yeah, they were great.
And the hype was building more and more, and classic England were getting more and more excited. Like,
we were literally like, no matter if you were English, Scottish, we were a United Kingdom. I thought just wanted to see England do it.
Yeah, that's rare. That is rare. That is rare that England, that Scotland and Wales want England to do well. That does not happen very often.
An Englishman, a Welshman, and a Scottishman all walked into a pub and they didn't fight. They sat down.
Yeah. Right.
I remember it, and just walking down the high street, and there's English shirts everywhere. Right,
everywhere. As well.
Newspapers. Right, and every game we won, because like I said, so I own my own bar, and the jukebox is cranked up. Three Lions is fucking playing. Everyone is fucking beautiful, and when we lost to Italy, it broke me. It literally fucking broke me because I was like, now it's like you go from that massive low of COVID for 2 years to that massive height where the whole nation, like even people who did not give a shit about football, people who did not care,
decided to give a shit because it's like, you know what, with everything we've kind of been through as a nation, it's like we deserve like something. You know,
a moment of happiness.
Absolutely. And we don't get it easy. It's not easy being British. It's not easy being English. Okay, it's not easy being English specifically because like we get hated on by so much, and we have a bit of a sketchy history. Yeah, but that's not our fault, is it? It is like we get hated on quite a lot, and like it was a moment where like everyone was hyped for us, and it was so good.
Like I said, I just remember the final, like the clock ticking down, and and I was like, shit, it's over, man. And it was. And and if I'm correct, like every game, like I was watching every game in the tournament, even teams I didn't care, because like just to watch football again.
It was great.
It was.
Like it was beautiful, man.
It was.
And so I remember the clock ticking down and the realization of it's over.
Yeah.
And mate, and literally, I started tearing up.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, mate.
I actually cried. I fully cried. And Eva was just like, "Oh, why are you crying?" I was just like, "Fuck off!" Like, I don't want to. I was like to her, like, I literally said, like, I wouldn't expect you to understand. Like, she's not like originally from. I was like, I wouldn't expect you to understand. But then saying that, when England were playing like the group games and the other guy, I think it was Ukraine we battered or something, or Sweden. One of them we just battered them. I remember watching it in a pub and she was watching it and was like as happy as I was. So then I'm there like, oh, you can't say like, oh, I didn't think we were gonna win anyway. It was like, fuck off. Like, I was sold every minute of the way.
I was convinced we were gonna. I was convinced.
Every minute of the way, I was sold.
Absolutely convinced.
Everyone was. Yeah. So I remember when we played Italy and in the pub. The barmaids that work here, they brought in loads of face paint, and so the customers were all getting England flags.
Right,
Everyone had fucking shirts on or scarf or something.
It's the only time of the year that's acceptable. If you see people walking down the street with England on their face, you gotta be careful. That could be fucking something else.
It was beautiful, man. It was fucking beautiful. And then all of a sudden, boom, it was over.
Yeah.
And
it was like, so painful, wasn't it? It was so painful.
Well, it was like I don't know. Like I think because I was so invested.
I think the only thing for me which made it was that it's 2 years to the World Cup, right? And I was like, this squad at the time. I was like, this squad in 2 years' time, we're going to be unstoppable. And I was like, and it gave me great hope for the World Cup. And I was like, we're going to be unstoppable. Yeah. And then, the world. It
didn't quite.
Yeah, but like, it did. Yeah, but
and then France diving and fucking fouling to win. Yeah.
I think after like Croatia and then the final against Italy, it was like. Going out to France wasn't as I felt like I took it better. I think I was working at the time, so I was like very sober and probably a bit more rational. But even when Kane, so obviously Kane scored a pen and then missed a pen. He scored. Was it the first pen he scored? So he scored the first pen, and then like I went there. No. I was fully working, and then as I was working, but I'm gonna go in the middle because if Kane scores, beers are going up everywhere. And I was there in the middle, like where my manager was just like, "Where the fuck did you go?" I'm like. Working, I was getting the glasses. I'm just there in the middle, like, and then it went, and I literally got covered in beer and went back to work. But no, that was a hard watch as well.
Do you know what? The thing I would die on this.
He just overcooked it, didn't he? He overcooked it, and it's because his penalty before was good. He was like, he did, and you can see him when he runs up to it. He's like, I'm going to do the same shot again, and then he has a moment of doubt where he's like, I've actually played this shot. They're going to expect it, so he puts more power into it, and he just overcooks it so much and just flew it over. And I was just like,
because obviously he was playing for Tottenham at the time, and Lloris was in net as well. So you have to think like it's literally like it's the striker of Tottenham against the keeper of Tottenham. It's like surely Hugo.
He knows every shot you take.
I'm saying Hugo, like me and him are boys. Surely Hugo knows which way he's gonna go. Like
absolutely. He can tell. He'll be able to tell from the run up. He'll be able to tell from the where he looks with his eyes. You know, that's the keeper's job.
Like for me, I will die on this bridge. I will. He should not have taken the second penalty.
No, he absolutely. No, I agree.
Right, because taking one penalty in a match is daunting enough.
Yeah.
Right. To take a second one in such a in a crucial situation.
The thing is, if someone else took it and missed, nobody would have said why didn't. Would people have said why didn't Kane take it? No, it's like there's 11 players on a pitch, all of them are capable of burying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But then genuinely, I honestly think that penalty still haunts him to this day.
Oh yeah, 100% it will, mate. 100% it will. Like, can you imagine the pressure on your shoulders when you do that? Like, it's got to be awful. It's got to be horrible. I would probably throw up. It would be so daunting. It would be absolutely.
Man, rough.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this little one because I'm getting emotional now thinking about all the games we
Sorry, man.
That's alright.
It runs deep, doesn't it? It runs deep. It's serious business, man. It's serious business.
Moron. He should have squared it. He's a professional.
Yeah. Right. I know, mate.
Right, so we are here on Barry Island, and it appears as though you've been attacked by a wing goal.
Yeah, we did actually get attacked by seagulls that day as well. So it's like it's good that for that pitch. Yeah, we did genuinely get attacked by seagulls. One had a seagull took one of our ice creams right out of our hands. So that's a very accurate.
Doing at Barry Island, first of all.
So I was at Barry Island because my girlfriend at the time's grandparents lived there. So that's why I was at Barry Island. And it's a great place, man. It's Gavin and Stacey Central, Barry Island. Like, it's flipping awesome. It's a great vibe. It's a great vibe over there. I love Barry Island. It's awesome. I love Wales in general. Like, I'm a big fan of Wales. Like, it's amazing. It's great. You know, I've got lots of happy memories here, all over Wales.
Did the seagull attack happen before or after the Wingle picture?
After.
Yeah,
so it was like foreshadowing for it. Yeah.
That is rough because
I brought it on.
Yeah, so when I first saw the picture, So yeah, I did kind of assume it was to do with being attacked by a seagull, but in my head I'm like, oh, it must have happened.
He's been attacked by seagulls, so he thought, you know, we'll make a funny out of it.
And then he's like, oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I brought it into existence. Yeah, I made it a thing. Yeah.
No, that's funny, man. The seagulls just congregating at the top of like
they love it.
They're just like, boys, him. Send
him
in.
Like, this dickhead, this dickhead, like he's mocking us.
He's taking pictures of us without consent.
Yeah. Oh, there is a seagull in that picture, isn't there?
Yeah. Which one? So which one did you in? Was it?
I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure which dickhead it was. One of them. You can see him colluding there, can't you? They're up to it. Like they've already got it. They've already got it in their head. As soon as that flash went, they were like, "That's it. This guy's going down."
All the men, women, and children on that beach are like, "Fuck it. We see a flash. We're on him."
Yeah.
On him. Flash. That's good. That's good.
Love that.
That is funny.
I did see you scroll down to the tattoos as well. Like you did, like like they are the tattoos. So if you press that picture and just go down, they're the ones of.
So that's we recognise that shoulder. We've got the Mr. Mime, and then we've got
and wheezing and wheezing. Yeah, we did it for charity.
Do you and your friend have the same Game Boy tattoo as well?
Yes. So my friend who's like. Yeah, the chat. He's the biggest guy there. He's a big lad. Yeah, he's northern, right? Like has Viking blood. We got the Game Boys tattoo at the same time because we used to both of us really vibe with. Do you know what chiptune music is? It's like 8-bit music.
Yeah.
Which is like classic game music. Like who doesn't love? If I hear the original soundtrack of like battling against the gym leader from Pokemon Red and Blue, I will jam to that. I love that. And like we got them while we were doing our dissertations, like towards our finals. We're like, should we just go get tattoos? We're like, yeah, let's do it. And we're like, what should we get? And we're like, what about a classic Game Boy? And it was just we did it. Like, yeah, it was fun. Like, that was my first tattoo, and like I loved it. And then I got shoulder after that, and it's hilarious, isn't it? It's so stupid. It's always going to be funny. It will always be funny.
Wait, to be fair, you weren't lying about how big the Mr. Mime tattoo was. That is.
Yeah. It's a full calf tattoo. Like he's committed to that. That's on his leg. Like that's on his leg now forever.
That's like imagine rocking up to like 5-a-side. Imagine rocking up to 5-a-side and you just and you look at the guy on the other team like, what the fuck is that on your leg? Yeah, you're thinking.
That's not a footballer. He's not a footballer.
You know, you're thinking, I got a 2-foot him. I got a 2-foot that Mr. Mime.
Yeah.
That cunt's been looking at me all fucking game. He's fucking getting it. He's had it. That's brilliant.
Max, we don't want to keep you much longer because I'm sure you've got a lot of stuff to do.
It's been a pleasure to be here, though, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It's been honestly so much fun.
That's been great, and say shout out to Matt Beer for suggesting you come on, for making that happen. So
loads of love, Matt. Loads of love, Matt.
Matt, big up
he's
yourself.
A great dude. He's
apart from the copious amounts of session, I'm sure you've got planned over the next couple of days. Have you got anything else planned in terms of like content creation or anything to look forward to? Or
I was thinking about. For those of you like who did, I was doing something called Victory Road with a streamer called Murderless. And we were doing like a sort of Victory Road type vibe where we went through the regions and you'd win the type, and we've been making the trophies for each region and stuff, and we've done it based on the lore, and it's similar to how I said about the Grunt Cup earlier. And we're planning to bring that back in the new year. So we've both been like I'm sure you're aware is that Murderless hasn't been streaming either. You know, she's sort of like dropped off the radar with it too.
She's in this lobby I'm in at the moment for like Northeast Battlers. Like, I think she's quite a big Master League player as well.
She is. She's good at. She's good at it. She's good at it. She loves it. Murderless is really nice. She's awesome. Like she's great. So like maybe that'll come back. You know, and like me and Murderless with the hosts for that. We were the presenters, and then we got like proper shoutcasters really, because me and Murderless can talk about Pokemon all day, every day. It doesn't matter. But like when it comes down to actual, real, worthwhile, valuable shoutcasting content, I can't give the best content for that. Like I can make jokes and comment on the Pokemon and say about what I like about them and how it's fun, but I don't know it well enough to do it like Butters does. You know, like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we were getting on people who knew what they were talking about to have it as that, and hopefully that will come back. We want that to happen again. I do plan to be streaming more going forwards. I don't know if it's going to be purely Pokemon Go. I will stick to Pokemon Go. I quite like the whole longest running Pokemon Go streaming vibe. I'll probably keep that. Like, why would you not, right? You know, I like that. But like, I probably will try other stuff too. It will all be Pokemon content. So I you know, recently I've been playing a randomized Fire Red game,
Okay.
and like we're doing a kind of like Nuzlocke type vibe, but it's not a Nuzlocke. We've invented our own rules, but I'm doing that. That's been quite fun. So I do plan to get back into streaming. I'm just out of it a little bit at the moment. Recovery time, you know, and then.
No worries.
I will come back. I'll come back in the new year and like go for it again. I'm sure, and hopefully make it work. You know, because like I'd love to do this and make it work. I just have to feel comfortable doing it.
No, exactly.
You know?
Say more power to you for like taking the time out to, because like I said, a lot of people would just put themselves through it. And for me, for anything like I used to do, there's a lot of things that like I used to run, for instance. A lot of people don't know that, but when I got injured and it started to feel like a chore, I was like, I didn't. As soon as something feels like a chore and I feel forced to do it, then it doesn't become fun anymore. And then you have to evaluate whether that's in your best interests and whether it's actually something you enjoy doing. So no, I say like big up yourself for taking that time out. And but at the same time, you know, hopefully we do see you on a Twitch stream very soon. Say we've dropped a little shout out in the chat. Yeah. So guys, if you're not already following Max, definitely drop him a follow, because
this
won't be the last you see of him.
It won't. I'll be back. And like, you know, and like when hopefully one of the things that I do when I get back is like invite some of my friends. Like Brown Ball is someone who's like, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Like, it's someone who's like hung out in my channel years before he started streaming. You know, and like hopefully I can start doing things where I bring on some people who have been friends of mine for a long time and start doing some duo things and a little bit more. I think that'd be fun, you know, like more, you know, kind of like not podcasty but interviewy sort of vibes, and like have someone on, and then like I think that would be fun, you know, that would be cool. So yeah, I do plan to come back. I will.
So what I got from that is you were an inspiration for Brown Baller. That's what
I heard. No, I don't think that's true. Brown Baller is a very talented, very talented, you know, PvP player. Far better than I could ever hope to be. You know, but like there's a lot of people who will know of my existence because I've just been here for so long. That's ultimately what it is. You know, it's the amount of time that I've done it. And I will get back to it. I want to, you know, like I do want to. Just has to feel right.
You just have to be ready mentally, yeah.
That's right, mate. Yeah.
So guys, we are gonna wrap that up here. So as Thomas said, thank you very much, Max, for joining us. Appreciate that.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you for having me.
First of all, shout out to the Twitch gang who watched this live. You've sat and listened to us chat bollocks for 2.5 hours yet again. You guys are amazing. Shout out to the YouTube gang. Big shout out to our Spotify gang as well. You guys are fucking amazing. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here, and we are gonna be live again next Friday, I believe.
Next week, Friday 15th, same time, 9 p.m.
Do we know who it's? Do we know? Are you allowed to reveal who's on next week, or is that?
We're undecided at the minute.
Undecided.
Oh, all right.
Undecided, and people are gonna think, yeah, all right, but we literally are undecided.
Cool.
Yeah. So literally today, we spent, I would say, a good 3 hours doing podcast admin. Like scheduling podcasts.
I saw you earlier, both of you in the when I joined the Discord earlier. I saw you both in the voice chat for a long time.
Yeah. So if anyone has the role on the Discord, they can just see, like, because funny enough, like, you know, you mentioned earlier, if someone you could get a random jump on if they have the password to the Video Ninja. So like, when me and Josh have actually been recording stuff or just talking or reacting to stuff, Brown Baller's just jumped in, and then we've like. I'll be like, oh, you still... It was funny because we brought this up on last episode. We're like, oh, you still good for Friday? He was like, what's happening Friday? I'm like, Friday. And he was like, oh, the new GBL season. I'm like, no, you knob. Like, you're on the cast. He was like, oh, yeah.
dude.
Like,
Yes, dude, I love that.
so derpy. But like he'll just jump in because he has the role, and it's a private channel, but quite a lot of people who join the server, I give the role because they come on the cast, so it's not really that private.
So we've got some big plans going into the next year. So you know, this is only the beginning for us.
Cracking, guys. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to be here. This has been great. Like, it's a really fun format you've got going on. I love it. Like, I think you guys can take this very far. Hopefully, you get lots of people on.
No, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I do
really
appreciate
appreciate
it. Right, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. It's been episode 12. You know, it feels weird saying episode 12.
Oh, it's crazy.
Really
Fucking odd.
Really does. But guys, we'll be back same time next week on a Friday. Maybe guest, maybe not. Yeah, you just have to come and find out. But guys,
I'll be in chat. I'll be in chat.
Wait, hang on. We actually forgot one last thing.
We did.
So Max. So when we have a guest on at the end, we normally ask our guest to nominate someone who we should invite on.
The same way Matt nominated you. Yeah, we need to keep this chain going.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Someone who I really like. I don't know what her schedule's like. It might be quite tough to get it work, but Mamita. Do you know Mamita?
Yeah.
She's another British.
So Matt also suggested, I think it was Mamita. No, it was Jay. I think Jay suggested Mamita. I'm gonna be real. I got aired on Discord. It's fine. It is what it is. Like the thing is, it's like shout out Mamita, no shade, because she's raided the channel whilst we've been doing one of these podcasts, and obviously a lot of people may see that I'm live in the category, not doing GVL, and try and send people to a place where battles are happening. So like big up Mamita, but I'm gonna say I got aired. Is there anyone else that might not air us?
Okay. All right. Murdlers would be great, but Murdlers isn't streaming at the moment, so she'd be great. I mean, if you could get someone like Butters on, that would be insane. But I know he's crazy. He's crazy busy.
Just anyone that would you feel like would be.
You've had Jay on, right? You said you've had Jay on. Yeah. There's Queen Aurora, who sort of plays RuneScape and Pogo. She's a good vibe. Tyler's only. Oh well, no, you can't have Tyler on because he's like 17. Yeah, so you can't. But he's a nice dude. He's good. Got good energy.
Tyler's good. Wait, was his 18th birthday recently? I'm trying to remember.
When is it? Let's go with yes.
Yeah, because I've said to him like when you're 18, we'll get you on. The first beer will be on the podcast. How sad is that? I remember my first beer on the RPG podcast.
Yeah, love that. Love
that.
Amazing.
Okay, so which case?
As well. He's American. I haven't seen him stream much recently. I don't talk to him very often, but he might be quite a good character to have on here.
Who's that? Sorry.
Ivan Espinoza. He's one of the chaps who beat me to level 50.
Oh, yeah.
So he was second. He came after Fleece King, like very close to Fleece King.
Okay.
And he's cool.
We could probably make that happen.
Yeah, nice.
Sweet.
Right, guys.
If I think of anyone else, I'll message you guys.
Perfect. Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. So, all right, guys, we're gonna head out.
All right, guys, we'll wrap this one up. Peace. See you guys next week.
Take care.